Yo, what up, Fight World? It's your boy Ego. Man, I just got back to the crib. I had a few things I want to talk about real quick. So we gonna go live. We gonna do this live thing real quick. I don't know how long it's gonna be. Smash the like button. I don't know why these dudes won't leave me alone. Young Gunner, real life boxing was good. These dudes on the internet will not leave me alone, bro. They just keep coming. You can't stop new media. Leave me alone, please. You know you ain't stopping new media. Stop. We got racks in the middle. Rest in peace of Nip. Let's get it. We the incomparable. Unstoppable. It's the Rock, you bastards. They need to leave us alone. Let us live. You know what I'm saying? Nathan, what's up? Kennedy Linder. Ooh, we got a shooter. We got a shooter on the patrol. Oh my gosh. But yeah, I wanted to talk about a couple things in boxing. Hold on, let me close this. I want to talk about the heavyweights, but let me get this out of the way because Crawford Khan is coming on tomorrow. I want to get my thoughts because I didn't really make a separate video about it. We're going to talk about the big baby right after that. We're going to switch it up, though. Shout out to Icy. Glenn. Oh, that was so funny earlier. Y'all had me dying. But Crawford Khan weighing. Crawford, he looks like he's filling out a bit more at the welterweight division. Like, you know, he's looking like he's filling out. He was in dumbass shape, always in good shape. You never really have to worry about. That's one of the things I really like about Crawford. I ain't never seen him weighing in naked and missing weight and all this shit. So you know he's good there. But it looked like he was getting a little bit, you know, just a little bit fuller, like broader, you know. Still made weight, no problem. Cool. Yo, Ego, much love to you, bro. Keep doing your thing. Shout out to you. I appreciate that. Amir Khan, you know, this is crazy to me. I study boxing, as you guys know. You know, I cover a channel, been at a lot of these fights and, you know, watched every major fight and all that. Khan looks like he's in better shape here than he was when he fought Canelo. This looks like the best shape Khan that I've seen him at the weigh-in since Luis Collazo, and that was his first fight at welterweight. I think Khan realizes that the end is near. If he doesn't, like if he loses bad, you feel what I'm saying? Like if he just goes in there and gets knocked out, like and is one-sided, you know, on some Errol Spence, Mikey Garcia shit, then it's gonna be hard for him to get. I mean, who's gonna want to see Sean Porter and Khan? Who's gonna want to see Errol Spence versus Khan? Who's gonna want to see, you know, even the Kell Brook fight? Neither one of them at that point will have looked good in their recent fights. So, you know, I think Khan realizes this is do or die. So I think he trained for it. And the good thing about boxing, it's a psychological game. Khan, there's sometimes he says some stuff that seems a little bit delusional to me, you know, but he seems focused and, you know, it's a mental game. So if he has set it, Khan, I feel like Khan doesn't want to cop to his chin being the issue. But I think he's kind of realizing it now. Like the chin is like, he's not the most durable once he's hit with, you know, a lot of power. But before he used to be like, oh no, I have a chin. It's not my chin. It's that punch from Canelo. It would have put down anyone. Like, you know, he's saying like stuff like that. But I think he realized, you know, I got to be on my shit now. You know, this is just my assessment of it. So anyway, you can't. Unfortunately, you're kind of born with the chin you have. So anyway, I think ultimately, I think he took this camp serious. You know, I know he works with my dude Tony Brady. Shout out to him. And it looked like they put in work. So that's a good thing. And the good thing for Khan is this: if he's put in his mind that, okay, Crawford just moved. See, this is. I think this fight is better than people are giving it credit for. Here's why. And I was gonna make a video about this, but with this big baby Miller news, and it was kind of a hectic week. They got Danny Garcia. It's just too much going on right now. And then I'm doing like a remodel. I'm like stripping out a lot of stuff in the bathroom here and like replacing all this like shower. I just bought a new shower head. Got a good deal too on Amazon. It was like $130. The shower head was at Costco for $59 or something like that. So anyway, I'm doing a lot of stuff outside of outside of boxing in general. But I wanted to make a video about it, but I'll just say it right now. Amir Khan, I think, like I said, I think he knows that his big opportunities, because he was calling out Floyd and Pacquiao. I think he realizes those fights are probably not attainable, and even if they are attainable now, they're probably past it. But even if they are attainable, he's gonna have to look good and win. That's what it is. He's gonna have to win. He's gonna have to win in order to get any of them type of fights and make them make sense and make them lucrative. So it looks like he disciplined himself. And Khan in his mind, this is just me speaking for him, this is my opinion, I think Khan in his mind is looking at it, whether it's true or not, like, oh yeah, I got knocked out by Canelo, but that was because he was at that weight class, 155, and that was too much weight for me. But Terrence Crawford, he's more my size, so he ain't fucking with me. Terrence Crawford is kind of like a boxer brawler, but he's my size. So I think that's kind of what the mentality that Amir Khan is running with in his head, and it could serve him well if he fights with that confidence. He didn't look good in his last fight with Samuel Vargas, but if he's convinced himself that, this dude Crawford is, my size, I could beat this guy for real. I don't know if he really thought he could beat Canelo or what. He actually was doing good with Canelo, but it's an interesting fight, because one other thing that's intriguing to me is this: the Canelo fight, that was a bad knockout. Let's not kid ourselves. He got slept in that fight. That was a bad knockout, and he hasn't fought anywhere remotely near Canelo level since Canelo. So I don't really know what to expect. You can have a great camp and stuff like that. So I'm in my mind, I'm thinking it, the stylistic matchup. I'm trying to give Amir Khan the benefit of the doubt that his last performance with Samuel Vargas was a fluke, and maybe he just disrespected him and it turned out to be tougher. So I'm kind of trying to anticipate the best Khan. At Khan's best, it's an interesting fight. I still pick Crawford, but it's an interesting fight. You get what I'm saying? But it's all, this is the great thing about boxing. Boxing is about timing and stuff. It's all a huge gamble, because he had no business fighting Canelo, and Canelo slept him. So we haven't really seen him at elite competition since Canelo. He fought Phil LaGreco, who's on YouTube with me and shit. He got a cooking channel. Yeah, he was asleep with his eyes open. His eyes were open. Freddy Krueger don't know if he should terrorize him or not. He couldn't tell if he was up or sleeping. That's what I'm talking about. Freddy Krueger got confused. He's like, can I get him? Freddy Krueger didn't even know if he should be able to, because, Freddy be like, he like to wait till you sleep and shit. We didn't know what was happening with Khan. He was up and he was asleep and awake at the same time. Canelo hit him so hard. He had that Forrest Whitaker eye and shit, bro. That was bad. That was bad stuff, people. So shout out to Mexico. So I don't, it's this is what we like boxing for. I'm giving Khan the benefit of the doubt, and considering that he's fully prepared and taking 2 tune-up fights, he's coming with it and coming at his best. If that's the case, then it should be an interesting fight. The good thing about Khan is he lays it on the line. He goes out on his shield, and he's not really in a dull fight. That motherfucker got heart. Eesh. So he will try to back up what he's saying. I give him that. He got heart. So I don't know what to expect. I'm just going off of like You know, really what I know about both fighters in general, but he might not be the same from the Canelo knockout. We haven't really seen him in there with anybody who's remotely as good as Canelo since this fight with Terrence Crawford. So Crawford, maybe he dogs him, you know, but I'm giving Khan the benefit of the doubt that the 2 tune-ups, the long, lengthy layoff, and the way he's in good shape and stylistically, and if he's convinced himself that this guy is not my equal because he's my size, I can actually beat this guy, then I think it'll be a good fight. Other thing that's interesting here is I love Terrence Crawford as a fighter. You know, I put people on Crawford before he even fought Bradis Prescott. I had a channel. I was telling people, check for him. I'm talking about when he had dreads and nobody knew him. Top Rank wasn't even, that's what I'm talking about. Top Rank wasn't even moving him like that. You know, back when he's at like, whatever it was, 130 or whatever, with the dreads, looking like his nephew. That's the, you know, I knew about him back then, and I was telling people to check for him. Top Rank wasn't even moving him like that. So, I really respect Crawford, you know, as a person, as a fighter and everything. But I will say this. In boxing, a lot of fans become nearsighted. You know? Nearsighted in it's like a little kid. You know, if kids' attention spans. Well, actually, I guess that's not a good example of the kid. I don't know. They just become, basically boxing fans, they become, and reporters too, they become fixated. You know, they become fixated on certain things, you know. And that's why these fighters, some of them don't like, I don't know about Crawford, but, you know, sometimes you don't really see him doing hella interviews. This is probably why, you know. Terrence Crawford probably don't feel like doing interviews because we got to step it up as boxing media to the point where we're not asking a bunch of bullshit questions. A lot of these fighters probably get tired of hearing the same, you know, you see it. I've done conference calls. I was on the Khan Crawford conference call. I was on Wilder's conference call after he had a draw with Fury. You know, I do these conference calls, and you hear the same bullshit over and over. People asking the same ass questions, you know, and that's what boxing. It's like, I'm sure it gets annoying. That being said, like, people keep asking Errol Spence and Terrence Crawford about fighting each other. They become fixated on that. You know what I mean? They become fixated on that. It's a great fight. We all know that's a great fight, but don't let a future great fight make people lose sight of what's really going on. See, this is what I'm trying to say. This, like, I preach. I'm so glad I have creative control. I'm not tied to any fighter where I can't have an opinion on something. You know what I'm saying? Where I'm like, oh, I have to lie to the public. So it's a great feeling being your own boss, because I do what I want. I say what I want. But this is the reality. Another reason why Amir Khan is a good fight is because despite how good and menacing Terrence Crawford looks, the reality is he's still paving his way at welterweight. You know, in my opinion, I think Errol Spence and Terrence Crawford are 1A and 1B. Those are the top dogs. That's my opinion. But based on, like, putting in work, you can't say that he's already proven everything. I mean, nobody at welterweight has proven everything, you know, and Crawford just got there, you know, so people have to put that in perspective. So Amir Khan kind of has a point when he's saying that, oh, okay, Crawford, you know, he's not Crawford, despite how good he is, which I do think he's really good. Again, I just told you, I think he's the number one welterweight, him and Errol Spence. But despite that, he only has 2 fights at welterweight. You know what I'm saying? So there's a lot of stuff that people do prematurely. He was undisputed. He was the man, and he looks like he could be a generational fighter for sure. But he still got to earn that the hard way, you know, by beating cons and, you know, beating the guys in front of him. That's all I'm saying. So the Khan fight could be a good fight because this is realistically a good stylistic matchup, and it's a fight style that's unique that he hasn't really faced in a while, if anything. Name somebody like Khan he fought. Glass chin and all that bullshit, whatever you want to say. But look at Khan's strengths and look at his name, the size of events Khan has fought in. You get what I'm saying? Name someone who has the similar experience as Khan. You know, someone who has similar experience as Khan, Khan's frame, Khan's speed, you know, Khan's movement. Eesh. Exactly. Someone said Gamboa. Okay, that fight was several years ago, first of all, and then it was at 135, and that was, in my opinion, that was Crawford's toughest fight. So you see, like, this is a good fight, and I'm not saying this to sell you on it, like, because truth be told, I don't even get, like, you know, there's no like super bonus for, because this is not a exclusive pay-per-view to ESPN Plus. You get what I'm saying? Because sometimes they have perks, because I told you I'm an ESPN Plus affiliate. But since this is not exclusive, I don't think they're running any type of promotion. So I'm not just saying that to get a commission or, you know, to help grow the channel. Yeah, you tripping, Bumboa. Gamboa was undefeated. So all I'm saying is Crawford looks great, but he just has to keep doing what he's been doing. This is a good person to gauge what he's talking about. Okay, put it this way. Experience, momentum, you know, height, style. What other welterweight out of the two welterweights that he's already faced do you think is more intriguing matchup than Amir Khan? No, I'm not going. I didn't want to go to the fights. I told you I'm doing like a remodel out here, so I'm not going to either of the fights this week. Listen, I travel so much. Sometimes I get bored of not bored. It's just sometimes I get tired. Sometimes I just want to cover it from the crib, to be honest. Especially on on dates where they have double fights and shit. My money usually actually goes down. Do you feel what I'm saying? Because I'm at one fight. You feel what I'm saying? I'm at one fight and I don't have all my devices and, you know, my computer at home, and it's just harder. I'm moving around at press conferences, so I usually end up losing money covering fights. I'm just, to be real, you know, not losing money like that, but trust me, I can make a lot more if I stay. So, you know, that plus May is about to be busy. You know, there's a lot going on. So, and I'm doing a remodel in the bathroom. So, yeah, I didn't go. I'm not going. I'll cover this from right here. So Jeff Hearn, stylistically, I knew he had nothing for Crawford, because he's sloppy, like wild, but he has power. I knew Crawford would be able to adjust. You know, Jose Benavidez is cool, but you know, he's a former 140 pounder. He didn't have all the you know, he just didn't have a lot of activity, and he's not super fast like Khan, stuff like that. So to be honest, I think this fight with Khan is the most intriguing that we've seen stylistically. Crawford style, what he does well, versus the opposing style. To me, this is the most intriguing matchup. I really believe that. Not saying Khan wins, because I'm picking Crawford, but stylistically, I think it'll be, Khan's not in the boring fights. I think it'll be a good fight. Period. So if Khan's at his best, you know, doesn't get caught early or some crazy shit, I think it'll be an interesting fight. But styles make fights. You guys have to, like, it. That's why you can never do triangle theories. Just look at it. Juan Manuel Marquez, he got easily beat. It looked pretty easy by Tim Bradley. Tim Bradley even wobbled Marquez in the final round. You get what I'm saying? But then Marquez arguably beat Pacquiao more than once, and he knocked him out once in 4 fights. So he always gave Pacquiao issue. You know, but the first time he fought Bradley, he lost, and he lost convincingly. You get what I'm saying? And then Pacquiao, I thought he beat Bradley 3 times. That's why triangle theories don't work, because it's like it doesn't make sense. If you look at this versus this, it doesn't really make sense. There's no way to really connect those. Ellie L, what's up? Khan was whooping on Canelo before he got whooped, or before he got KO'd. Yeah, I gave Khan easily gave him the first 4 rounds versus Canelo. Easily. I think Canelo did some good body work in 5, and he started slowing Khan down, and Khan he had to use a lot of energy early to keep it moving, keep it pushing, and then it was like roadkill in the 6th round. Other thing I like is when you have 2 fights. You know, it's a lot of boxing, but I like it's almost like a tournament with different promoters. You feel me? Because Crawford's fighting Khan. Those are 2 names at the welterweight division. Crawford's a champion. Then you have a former champion, Danny Garcia, in a tough fight versus Adrian Granados to kind of see who wants it more. So even though it's opposing promotions, you still have the welterweight division being shaped all tomorrow. You get what I'm saying? So I like that, because the same thing happened when Gervonta Tank Davis fought earlier this year against Hugo Ruiz. It was supposed to be Abnamadas, but then they also had Andrew Cancio versus Machado. So that's all at 130. So I like that when it's, you know, even if it's rival promoters or whatever, you're getting a lot of meaningful fights and in the same division. Yeah, the Khan fight, I'm not mad at it. Like listen, I'm not trying to brag or whatever, but this is why a lot of people fuck with my channel, because the information tends to be reliable. Just look it up, because I am not overly emotional when I'm assessing boxing. This is the problem with like 99.8999999% of these males that cover boxing, or people that cover boxing, these beta males and shit. This is all they. Oh, you tripping? You said you never seen that side of Garcia. Danny Garcia ain't no punk. He's from Philly. He ain't no punk. He just don't. He's not like overly talkative. But yeah, he said, yeah. I don't know. I heard he said something like, "Welcome to the big leagues, bitch." That's a good fight. Granados, I was at his fight with Broner. I covered that fight in Cincinnati, and he gave Broner a good fight. Some people were even saying Granados won. I was at the Sean Porter fight at the Barclays, and Sean Porter hurt his hand. That was a good fight. So I don't understand why people hate Danny Garcia. Like, I don't even understand boxing sometimes, bro. Y'all be doing it really, boxing really be missing me. Like, and that's why I can't talk boxing. Like, I could talk on my channel to everyone, and the information is available to anyone. But I can't really rock and have like individual conversations, because a lot of y'all really don't know shit about boxing. Real talk, like, word to Miz, Danny Garcia got a better resume than Vasyl Lomachenko. And everybody's like giving Lomachenko all this credit and pound for pound #1. Danny Garcia got a better resume. Win, lose, or draw, he's fought better competition, for sure. And he's about the same age as Lomachenko, might be a couple 2 years older. Danny Garcia got a way better resume than Lomachenko. He got way more fights too. You know what I'm saying? So I don't give a fuck about having 10 fights. That's some bullshit. Nobody care about that. I care about who you fought. Canelo got more fights than Floyd. You know, who cares? It took him a while to even start fighting, the world beaters. Like, I don't care about how many fights you have and all that stupid shit. Oh yeah, Lomachenko. I mean, where was Floyd at in his 6th fight? Who cares? I've seen 22. Listen how stupid that sounds. I've seen 22 years of Floyd and his supremacy, superior performances for 22 years. Y'all seen Lomachenko since 2013 or some shit in 15 appearances, and you talking about, oh yeah, where was Floyd when he was in his 7th fight? Stop. That sounds retarded. Where was Floyd in his 7th fight? Who cares? I've seen 22 years of Floyd. How do you compare 22 years undefeated at 50 fights against more former champions, world champions, current champions than anyone in history to 15 fights and a loss? And some all right performances against all right competition that had been stopped by Gervonta Tank Davis, like Jose Pedraza. You know what I'm saying? Danny Garcia resume way better. You know, I don't care what nobody talk about. Name for name, momentum. Who got Lucas Matisse was supposed to knock Danny Garcia out. I was one of the only people. The video is still up. I did a fight prediction and I picked Danny Garcia. You motherfuckers were saying that, oh, you seen what happened to Lamont Peterson. Danny Garcia was in the crowd and he got up and started clapping, and they were like, I seen fear in Danny's eyes. They were saying all this bullshit. Danny Garcia had Lucas Matisse, the machine. Well, the machine was like the machine at McDonald's, the ice cream machine, because the shit was broke that night. Lucas Matisse looked like fucking Sloth from the Goonies. Hey, guy. Like, Danny Garcia had his shit looking melted. And he took man-style shot when Matisse hit him and knocked his mouthpiece out, and he ate that shit like a young bull. Like, he man, y'all don't know shit about boxing. It's sad. Y'all watch it just as much as me, some of y'all, and still don't know shit about boxing. Yeah, Lucas Matisse, the machine. All right. Well, the machine was MTV Unplugged that night. You know, it was like the ice cream machine at McDonald's. After 8 p.m., that shit was gone. That shit was, oh, sorry, it's not working. Danny Garcia got a way better resume than Lomachenko, and y'all be disrespecting Danny Garcia at every turn, every chance you get. And the reason, the fact that people, this is how I know these boys is emotional. They be talking about Angel Garcia. What the fuck? That's his dad. That's, he's the one that shot out sperm to have Danny. That don't have nothing to do with Danny's resume and who he's willing to fight and all that. You know what I'm saying? Like, the fact that you're even, how doesn't Danny have a good resume? Oh, but Angel, shut the fuck up. Right there, just stop. The fact that you even brought up Angel Garcia, it shows me you don't know shit about boxing, because he's not the one fighting. Why do I care about Angel Garcia said something and you felt he's racist or something bullshit? None of that has the Kovalev seem racist, but he a good fighter, That's what I'm saying. Y'all boys is like straight up beta males and shit. Like y'all can't curb your enthusiasm, curb your emotions for 15 seconds to talk boxing. I'll be like, yeah, I think this, AJ should have done this. Oh, take off your fucking glasses. What does that have to do with anything? So you want to interrupt and say, take your glasses off. Oh, don't be insecure about your eye. Like, all right, bro. I'm like, Danny Garcia got a good resume. These motherfuckers never go tit for tat for me, bar for bar, line for line, and tell me how Danny don't got a good resume. They'll just say, oh, you sucking Danny's dick and stupid shit. You wish you were from Philly. Just dumb shit. Angel Garcia. None of that has nothing to do with nothing at all. I speak the truth. Talk about Danny, champ of the world. Shout out to Angel. Yeah, man, it's crazy. Lomachenko's resume is not really what you make it. It's alright, it's light, it's cool. Yeah, oh, but Nicholas Walters. Where the fuck is Nicholas Walters? He filming How Stella Got Her Groove Back Part 2. I ain't even seen Walters since that. He ain't done no legendary shit really before or after. He beat Vic Darchinyan years after Nonito Donaire stretched him. What are we talking about? Nicholas Walters is cool. It looked like he showed a lot of promise, but he fell off smooth. People talking about, oh yeah, but Lomachenko, he made Walters quit. We didn't really know much about Walters like that. He just showed promise. Where's he been since? We haven't seen, just like Triple G versus Gregor's Proska. See? Hey, block school shooter. He's saying stupid shit. He said Ego about to lose his shit if Khan wins tomorrow. Once again, beta male shit. Why would I lose my shit? I have had human contact with Amir Khan and Terrence Crawford. They both was cool to me. They don't know who the fuck you are. That's what we do know. I ain't said nothing wrong with it. See, this is what I'm saying. You see how they try to make it like I'm against everybody? Oh, yeah, Ego with Khan. Like, first of all, Khan got to do that. He got to actually win. Second of all, if he wins, I'll give him his props. If he wins fair and square. See, that's what I'm saying. These beta males, they be like taking this shit to personal. Like, y'all need psychiatrists when y'all fighters lose. Triple G really beat Canelo. It was a robbery. Adelaide Bird. Like, it's not that serious to me. We can't even worry about the bullshit, bro. Nicholas Walters allegedly trying to make a comeback. Where? Like, comeback where? Man, I ain't seen. Last time I seen Nicholas Walters he was in the Jamaica scenes in Shotas. He was in Belly with DMX. I ain't seen him since Belly came out. Remember when DMX came with he had the dread wig on? Nah, he ain't been. I ain't seen Nicholas Walters since Shotas came out. Hey, brethren, I ain't seen him since Belly came out. Hype Williams. I ain't seen Nicholas Walters in a minute, bro. He like Nicholas Cage, gone in 60 seconds. I ain't seen him, man. That's a good idea, Ellie or Eli. Victor Cruz, you got me dying over here. Nah, I'm just saying, I ain't seen Nelly. I mean, whatever. What's his name? Nicholas. I ain't seen him, man. I ain't seen him since Blue Control was out. I was steaming. I was chilling in the beaming, just beaming. Like, what? I ain't seen him since Any Given Sunday came out with Jamie Foxx. My name is Willie. Willie Beeman. Who got the ladies? Got them creaming. And all my fans got them screaming. You can defeat me. You're dreaming. What? Yeah, I ain't seen Nicholas Walter. He ain't been out. We've been begging for. Oh, you gonna put me on blast, L? Okay. Yeah, all you motherfuckers. All right, okay. Anyway, the Khan Crawford fight should be good. Let's talk about this Luis Ortiz and Jarrell Miller shit. Man, I'm so hurt. Jarrell Miller, what was good? Like, what went on? That man was loading up. Every hour I was getting the thing, and I was like, damn, he fell for it again. Like, it's like I kept getting alerts. It's like, damn, we found like rat poison. I'm like, God damn, he got rat poison. EPO, fuck. Damn, he got HGH. I'm like, damn, goddamn. We found Narnia in this system. I'm like, damn, he got Narnia in this shit? Like, bro, I kept getting these alerts and shit. We found traces of vibranium and oh my gosh, what? Why did he have this stuff? Yeah, shit. You're not even supposed to be able to live within the system and shit, bro. Like, oh yeah, Jarrell Miller tested positive for the 3rd time for mercury. I'm like, god damn, mercury. I didn't even know you can live with mercury in your bloodstream. This motherfucker, the T1000 and shit. I know this hurts, Sarah. Called to John. How's Wolfie? That motherfucker, liquid metal or some shit. I was like, damn, that shit crazy, bro. See, in this one, it's crazy how I called it. It said how I'm telling you, these PED dealers and distributors, they make cocktails and shit. They you know, it's like drugs. It's the same thing as like regular drugs, like coke and crack cocaine and heroin and meth. You don't know who's cooking this stuff. You don't know who's like, people ain't watching what the fuck is in these little vials. You know what I'm saying? All they know is the results. You know, all you know is the results. Okay, shit, I'm feeling this at the gym. You know what I'm saying? But you're not no scientist to reverse engineer it and know what the fuck they putting in. That's why it got flagged for so many different things. That they put HGH in that, EPO. Like, god damn, that's some hardcore shit. Only thing he ain't have is Bane's venom serum. Wow. Yeah, it's bad, man. And then he kind of like apologized, but I think he should a little bit just say, hey, I did, because it was kind of ambiguous a little bit. Like he said I messed up, and he said you could tell what it was about, but he just said I messed up. But L brought up a pretty good point. Is before he tested positive for the 2nd and 3rd failed test, he was posting like petitions that people were on his Instagram story. He was posting petitions. You know what I'm saying? Like the petitions were like people who were defending him, and he was posting that. So that kind of makes it shitty, because like you have people vouching for you and like, oh yeah, I'm sure the truth is gonna come out, and then it came out, but it wasn't what they were led to believe. That's a lot of stuff though, man. That's some hardcore shit. And like, you know, I'm not God. I'm not the commission, the judge, jury, and the executioner. I'm just saying, like, for me, I just want a clean sport based on the fact that people's health is at stake. You know what I'm saying? Like Joshua could have got fucked up. Joshua would be getting tired too. He might have got fucked up in there. Man, listen, I'll never forget my boy told me. This is a true to life story. I'm not even trying to be funny. My boy told me he was at a house party and he got in a fight with a crackhead. Like the dude was on, I don't know if it was crack like particularly, but you could tell he was a tweaker, like he was on something. So, I mean, I guess the dude is a known crackhead, so they think he was on crack, whatever. But anyway, my dude said he was busting his ass, like, cause the dude's like drunk and like coked out and shit. And my dude said he was just like, bip, bip. And the dude was like, fell into the bushes and he was getting up. And then it got to a point his nose was kind of bleeding. And he's like, yeah, come on. And he was like belligerent. And he just would not give up. And then my homie was telling me the story about fighting the crackhead dude. He said he started getting tired. He was like, man, I'll kick it. He said, I was beating his ass. I started getting winded. I was like, oh, shit. And that's what happens when you're on certain things. Like, you know, it puts you in a whole different frame. Like Jay said, we in a whole different mode. My wife in the kitchen feeding the kids liquid gold. Like, you in a whole different mode depending on what's in your system. So, you know, that could have been peril for Anthony Joshua, no matter how big he is. Dude made a Long Island tea with steroids. He said crackheads could go 30 rounds. That's what I'm saying, bro. What's the new Canelo Jacobs special from LeBron? 40 days, 40 rounds, starring crackheads. Yeah, he messed up big time. I mean, it's a selfish act. Like, no one's gonna care if you put your best foot forward and make $8 million, win, lose, or draw. You know, You don't have to do all that, you know, because it's like they're gonna. I guarantee you, if this keeps happening in the sport, niggas gonna get charged for manslaughter or attempted manslaughter. They're gonna start doing shit like that, bro. Attempted manslaughter, because your hands are registered lethal weapons when you're a fighter. You know, registered lethal weapons, and you up here adding shit to it. You know, the Captain America Soldier Serum. That makes it even more deadly. They're gonna start doing shit like that or having lifetime ban. I promise you, if it keeps happening like this, because so many people are finna be outraged, they're gonna have to do something. Or if somebody die or something in the ring, this ain't no fucking movie, Rocky 4. If he dies, he dies. And then the motherfucker really died and Drago's still fighting. Ego, I fought this one crackhead who was fast as fuck. Oh, you should have known. If it's a crackhead, they know how to slip and dodge and run from dogs and shit. Crackhead's quick. He said he was faster than the dude. He was faster than the dude I ever fought. He was the fastest. You ain't catching no crackhead. I know that for sure. Them motherfuckers be booking. You ever see like a cop be like, "Hey, get here," and they just be ghosts with it. That's that. They got crack speed. Goddamn Joe Rogan. And they be like the T-1000 running and shit. Dun, dun, dun. You ain't catching no crackhead. So I wouldn't even want to fight a crackhead, bro. The motherfucker guaranteed to make weight because they on crack. They don't even have no appetite. They gonna make weight and well conditioned. They got Max Holloway, Nate Diaz level of conditioning and cardio. Hell no. I ain't fighting no crackhead. Motherfucker like a zombie and shit, just keep getting back up. Hell nah. He said that crack spiked their adrenaline. Man, Pacquiao used to fight at crack weight. That motherfucker start off as sperm weight and crack weight and shit. Pacquiao. Nah, I ain't fighting no meth head. Them motherfuckers just be looking dirty. He got scabs and shit. Like, all right, hey, dog, I ain't finna punch you in the forehead, knock a scab off your ass. Like, what if you just like, bow, and then the scab just fell off? Oh, repugnant. Oh, like I'm gonna throw up. If you just jab a scab. Oh, jab a scab. You like, bow. And then you knock the scab off. I'll throw up, bro. I just knocked the scab. Jab a scab. I knocked the fucking scab off. I'm going to throw up. They be picking at they scab up, bro. Let's change the subject. This should be looking like dehydrated jerky. You know how they have the dehydrators? You can try to make the jerky yourself, but it don't come out like the ones at the store. They skin be having them. Hey, bro. I ain't fighting nobody like that. Just fucking. I'm not fighting no meth head. Fuck that. I'ma run. You can call, Ego a bitch. All right, whatever. I'm not finna sit up here and fight Method Man or whoever the fuck this is. Yeah, I'm the real Method Man. The Wu-Tang one stole my name. Like, nah, I'm not fighting Method Man. This version of Method Man. Hell no. You're wrong. I need to cow to get. I came to bring the pain. Hardcore from the brain. Now I'm tripping on MC's cliche. Shot the ricochet, bust bubble. Hell no. I'm not fighting Method Man. The real Method Man. Crystal Method Man. Hell nah, bro. Hey, Kenny Leonard is a fool, bro. He said meth heads got unlimited stamina. That's what I'm saying. You ain't they, bro. Cause listen, how the fuck that don't even sound right. Ego got beat the fuck up by a meth head. You know what I'm saying? Like, ain't nobody want to have that L on their jacket. like, damn, who did that to your eye? Oh, Method Man. I got in the fight. Oh, the rapper? How high? Nah, he was high. I don't know how high he was, but you know, the local Method Man, he beat my ass. Like, hell no, bro. Nah, bro. I can't lose to. I can't, bro. I'll run. You look crazy. A meth head just started dusting you off real quick. Bow. Oh, shit. You got that meth strength. Oh, shit. Breaking Bad. Oh, shit. Breaking Bad, my shit. Oh. Like, oh, motherfucker got me leaking. Method Man got me leaking. Like, hell nah. Breaking Bad. I'll get a gat. Fuck that. Hey, y'all are out of control already. Y'all having these meth ass conversations in the. Man, I'm not fucking with that. And they got new drugs out, so they extra strong. Oh shit. Meth heads are the worst. See, I'm not even trying to learn. That's what I'm saying. I'm not fighting nobody on no hardcore Sherm and all that. Oh shit. These motherfuckers guaranteed to make weight, bro. They making weight. No appetite. Don't want water. Hell nah, bro. You don't drink water? They don't want nothing. They don't need nothing. In between the round, they don't want no mouthpiece. They don't have no teeth already, so they don't even care about no mouthpiece. Don't care about a mouthpiece. Don't want to drink no water. They don't want to eat after weigh-in. They're definitely gonna make weight. I'm not fucking with that, bro. You don't. We just weighed in, and you don't want to eat, cause you smoked your appetite away. Like, hey, we going to Red Lobster. You want some Cheddar Bay? No, I don't. I'm not hungry. See you later. See you tomorrow. Hell no. Yeah, I'm not fucking with the PCP, all that shit, bro. I seen an episode of Cops. This black dude too. He looked like Big Worm, butt ass naked, and he was walking through the block butt ass naked. And then the cops was like, "Hey, freeze!" And then he just started running into a fence, and he started knocking it down like bow, bow, like his hand. All this shit was bloody because he's knocking down the fence like he's fucking Thanos. He's like bow, bow, like, and it took the whole task force. Like, you know how they have like the Watts riots and shit, and they be having helicopters. It took all them motherfuckers to try to calm him down, and he was like, roar! He wasn't even trying to hurt them. He wasn't even trying to hurt them. He was just hitting the fence, bah, 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 like throwing people off. That was like some Marvel shit. I'm not fucking with no Sherm PCP motherfuckers. These motherfuckers don't want to sleep, especially on that meth shit. Them motherfuckers don't sleep. We fuck around and weigh in on Friday. You stay up till Saturday night till the fight. Like, damn, you didn't sleep? No, I don't need sleep. Hell nah, bro. No rest, R&R. Motherfucker didn't sleep. You just hell nah, bro. Have you ever been exhausted? Man, I be watching shows and shit. These meth motherfuckers be staying up for 3 days, bro. I'm not fighting no one like that. If you could stay up for, I know I be doing the vampire stream and shit, but I don't be staying up for no 3 days. If you could stay up for 3 days, I am not fighting you. That's a written rule in my rule book. Like Biggie has the 10 crack commandments. That's my 10 fight commandments. If you could stay up for 3 days, we won't fight. Cause then what if it doesn't end? What if it doesn't end? I know I'll be tired before you then. If you could stay up 72 hours, what the fuck? I ain't just finna be fighting no motherfucker for 72. We both ain't got no teeth now. Hell no, bro. I have to shoot you. You gonna die? Hell nah. That's too time consuming. Hold on, let me get these super chats. We gotta get to this bag. Oh. Hey, YouTube been bugging, bro. Michael Woodard, $2 super chat. Ego, you my dude. Boxing plus everything you bring. Oh, Michael Woodard, he left all of them. He left 2 5s and a $2 super chat. I'm glad you guys enjoyed the show. Yeah, I'm not fighting the meth version of Thanos. Hell nah. He got all the Infinity Stones, but he got the Infinity Rocks, crack rock. He put crack rock into his glove, bro. That motherfucker wearing a glove with crack stones and shit. Ah. Like, did he just put, like, his glove is like one big pipe and shit. He gonna put all the Infinity Rocks, crack rocks in there, and once he collects them all, he can smoke the glove. Hell no, I'm not fighting no cracked out cracky Thanos. What the fuck? He got the Infinity glove full of crack rocks, and he finna smoke the glove out. Can you imagine that? Thanos be trying to sell the glove and shit after he smoked the rocks about it. He on eBay trying, hey, you want this rock? I got this glove. I got this Stan Lee autograph. Man, get the fuck away from me, Thanos. Yo, crack-headed ass. The fuck? Just scream not crack Thanos with the rocks in the glove. Hey, crackheads come out to the Bay. That's all I'm gonna tell you. We got crackheads from other locations migrate here. You know how like birds fly down south? I think crackheads like fly down to come to the Bay. They migrate down here. I don't know what they got that town dope out here in Oakland and shit. Yeah, man. We got fiends. And like, see this, I can't fight knowing that don't even value their life anyway. Like, I'm telling you, if you drive through Oakland, there'll be no street lights, like, at all, right? No street lights. And then crackheads wearing all black, like fucking Bruce Wayne, walking across like Bigfoot, hella slow, like 4 or 5 lanes of like, it's not freeway, but it's like 2 lanes going this way and 2 lanes going, so you can get killed in multiple directions. They walking like Blade and shit, hella slow. All black. They don't care, bro. Ego, you seen Messy Mar videos? Man, somebody said all my Bay Area rappers is on dope. I ain't seen no video, but I seen a thumbnail to a YouTube video and he looked bad in the video. I didn't even click on it. And then the video title said I gave Mozzie his chain back. So I don't know what that was about. I didn't get to watch it though. What's up with Blood? What's wrong with him? He said the International Crack Rock Gathering. Hey, they need a reality show with crackheads. Crack war. You know how they have like pawn shop wars and like storage wars? They need crack wars. Or you know how they have like Shark Tank, have crackheads inventing? Because crackheads, they have some ingenuity. They'll innovate. They'll get creative. That's what I want to see. I want to see crackheads unite and do like a Shark Tank type of show. That shit would be wet. They sell their ideas, $1 million ideas, for like a cheeseburger and beer and shit, bro. Like, so you just designed the world's first ever iMac computer. How much do you want for your idea? Give me $2.99. Like, damn, you don't even want the full 3? Here. Ego, my favorite show, bar none. Y'all like this crack talk. I told you I got that Blue Magic. Yeah, Blue Magic. It's a name brand like Pepsi. I guarantee it. Huh? Yeah, okay, yeah. Yeah, crackheads be creative. They'll sell you shit you already own and shit. I got this potpourri. Like, motherfucker, that's my potpourri. Give me my fucking potpourri back. The fuck? You gotta hide your shit. They'll fuck around and sell you shit that you already own. Got this mop handle. Like, what the fuck? That's my mop. Hey, give my mop back. Give my mop back before I fuck around and sweep you off the map, bro. With this fucking Uzi, dog. With this chopper. Give me my fucking mop handle back, dog. Before I clean you up permanently. They got him. Hey, y'all funny as fuck. I'll pay pay-per-view for some crackhead fights. Hey, what if they fuck around and put Joshua in with a crackhead? Hey, I'll be like, hey, DAZN innovating like a motherfucker. If they just put it's mod. I'm fighting cracked out Chris. Like, that would be so crazy if they put Joshua for his American debut. We got Anthony Joshua versus cracked out Chris. Cracked out Chris finna be. And I know you're getting bored. Like, you on that Bobby Brown. He gonna walk out to Bobby Brown. It's my prerogative. Do what I want to do. It's my. Look, he finna walk out to that Bobby. That Jarrell and Bobby. He's right. He said crackheads don't go beyond 122 pounds, but they'll fight at heavyweight. That don't matter if they 122. They trying to fight. They want all the smoke. They do it. I'm just saying they might do it. They got this bare knuckle shit. They might come out with crack rock. Motherfuckers been trying to sell the WBC belt. Trying to sell the WBC belt on the black market to get some money. I got this WBC. It got Julio Cesar Chavez and Muhammad Ali on it. Like, bro, if you don't give the WBC, if you don't want it, just give the WBC back the belt. Nah, I got right here, got Chavez. We got Chavez Sr. right here. And Muhammad Ali. I'm going to call him Cassius. Mama name him Clashes. Oh, let's stop, bro. We've been having some funny ass streams. That Glenn Addy Golovkin. This should be funny. Oh. And then when the crackhead gets established enough, he can open his own boxing gym like Floyd. Instead of like the doghouse rules where they do the unlimited spar, they can have crack house rules. You know what I'm saying? And then everyone gathers around the little crack house and be like, all right. And they be hitting on the mat. Boom, boom, boom. Crack house rules. And they gonna play trap music. They gonna play nothing but trap music. Have crack house rules. He said it's that crack music, nigga. That real black music, nigga. Let me stop. They gonna get mad because we got all the creative control. He did a whole goddamn show about crack. The Black Channel. All they do is talk about crack. How did we even get here? Just talk about the Miller. Man, that shit crazy, bro. That shit crazy. That's oh, let me talk about this Luis Ortiz shit. Why don't y'all leave me alone? Leave me alone. It don't look like Luis Ortiz is fighting Joshua. Deal with him. You guys keep blaming Al Heyman and blaming Luis Ortiz because another person on another event, and that has nothing to do with Luis Ortiz failed a drug test. That's stupid. That makes no sense. And then you expect, okay, This shit is mad annoying, B. The worst part about it is people like me, Blue Blood, all these people have been petitioning for Luis Ortiz to get a shot at Joshua if he wasn't going to fight Wilder. We were met with resistance, lies, deceit, a bunch of excuses, those different things, right? Oh, Luis Ortiz is old. Oh, what has he done to deserve Joshua? Oh, who wants to see that? He can't sell out. Y'all said nothing but bullshit. Now all of a sudden, when Joshua's in a pickle, he's in a pickle, kosher, he's in a bind, little conundrum. Now all of a sudden, y'all trying to act like you were the ones that been down to see Luis Ortiz get an opportunity versus Joshua. Get the entire fuck out of here. That's crazy. And they know they're Kennedy Linder. Do they know they lying? People like me, Eagles Army, Kennedy Linder, we've been telling you, like, oh, Luis Ortiz is a good fight. Now that it's halfway to the, to the event, because most fighters do like a 10-week camp. He got 5 weeks. So now that he's halfway, Joshua's halfway into the camp, everybody's supposed to just reroute their whole lives to save the day. And they're like, it's not about saving the day. It's not about saving the DAZN card. Yes, the fuck it is. Push the shit back then. Push it back to a cool little July. And then let's see Joshua versus, say, oh, we're so sorry, fans. We don't want to give you refunds, but we want to give you a quality fight. June 1st, it's just not going to happen. So we want to push it back to July, one of the weekends in July, one of the Saturdays. And we want to push the fight, same venue, but it's going to be Anthony Joshua versus Luis Ortiz. I don't have a problem with that. Push this shit back. Not Joshua's halfway through his camp, and then it's all contingent on Luis Ortiz. Give him a proper camp, and we got a proper fight. You see, they don't want to think of that. Because then that will put them in the position that they were already in, and they could have chose Joshua, could have chose him from the beginning. That's what you guys are failing to realize, and it's not that you even fail, you're playing dumb. You're playing dumb. Hey, block Church. Block him. Don't let his message come through. Hide his message and block him. This motherfucker trying to sell Crawford versus Khan on my shit and get money. The fuck? Hey, block Church. Thank you. How the fuck you gonna come? First of all, you're going to try to illegally sell a boxing pay-per-view on my page. Motherfuckers don't even know who you are. Your name is Church, and you just offering, and you got collection plates and shit. And you think you're gonna sell on my shit and solicit on my shit and rob the fighters of, and on top of that, like, even if I allowed that, you ain't, and I don't get a cut of it too, and you advertising nah, bro, we don't do free advertising. That would never work for a variety of reasons. Motherfucker trying to sell on my shit. What the fuck? You better do what I did and you selling your own shit. I told you, that's how you know my shit be popping. They trying to, hit me up on Venmo or Cash App. No, we're going to hit you up in hell. Blocked. What the fuck is you talking about? My shooters ain't. We not having that. Anyway. Block James Rich. You broke. You ain't rich. Block James Rich. Talking about Ortiz better take the fight. You better take the ass up out of here. Anyway. Push the date back. And then, you got proper time to properly, everyone can train. You get proper negotiations. Luis Ortiz and team can get what they're worth. They can properly train. Joshua can take a little breather. This is not anything new for big fighters when their fight gets canceled. Take a little bit of a rest and then get back into camp. Why don't they do that? Because they don't want to. They rather put together, whatever they're going to put together and, call it a night after Jarrell Miller failed 3 drug tests. They don't want to push it back. But anyway, these dudes is this old media. You see old media is deteriorating. If you guys could please smash the like button. Old media is going down. The stuff they say and not making sense. Listen to what you just said, rap a lot. I can't rock with that. He said, if I was Ortiz, I would take the fight because it might be the only chance he gets to fight Joshua. That is some bullshit. So you're basically saying, you have to, like, I can now understand why a lot of yous said that Deontay Wilder is a fool for not taking the $100 million and didn't listen to me and then got mad because I said what I had to say. Because you guys, you got to have faith, playa. Like, the bigger issue is this, what you just said, your very first sentence. You said, I wish he would take the fight. I wish Ortiz would take the fight because this may be the only chance he has to fight Joshua. Why the fuck would that be the case? Why is this the only chance he has to fight Joshua when he's a top-ranked heavyweight? So that doesn't amount for anything. Joshua's a champ. I don't see him fighting Jarrell Miller, who failed 14 drug tests or whatever. So he's not going to be fighting him. There's really no one on DAZN for him to fight except for Dillian White, which we technically have already seen, you know. And we're saying that, oh yeah, take this even if it's at unfair odds, or you know, you don't have the same luxuries he had in training camp because he's not going to fight you other way. That's the bigger issue. That's the bigger issue. Why are we so accepting if Joshua, a champion with 4 belts, chooses to overlook and not fight a relevant party who is down to fight you? That's not right. That's to me, that's that bullshit. That's that bullshit. That's that bullshit. People are, you're copping to it and making that a thing and acceptable. You know, you gotta have faith. Man, if anything, put it this way. I'm just tell you like this. DAZN, the way it's been happening and panning out for them, they can't go on too much longer, in my mind, without another price hike or things like that, without making a major dent in the marketplace. So they're going to get to a point where they have to work with other promoters, you know, on a big fight or something. Al Heyman could stall this shit out if he wants to, and he has more. I swear to you, Al Heyman has, even at heavyweight. See, I never, when I was doing this boxing shit, I never thought I was different. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just did my thing and kept it pushing. But now I see I'm here for a real reason. Because I got hit like he got hit, but he ain't fucking breathing. Man. No, I really see I'm here for a real reason. And I guess what I'm doing might be special. Because a lot of you guys have these skewed ass viewpoints. Let's really break this down, and if I'm wrong, fine, but you're gonna have to prove that. Name 4 reasonable fights that justify Tyson Fury getting a large paycheck with ESPN without working with other promoters, without working with PBC or without working with DAZN. Tyson Fury on ESPN. Name 4. Name 4 people Tyson Fury can work with and make for big money to justify getting $108 million, you know, for his contract. Entertaining, engaging fights that they could put on ESPN for Tyson Fury that generate a crowd without going to DAZN or PBC or working with the PBC or DAZN fighter. Who? Let's play a game. Who can Tyson Fury fight? Name 4 fights. Without working with another promoter. In-house shit. No one gonna answer? Nobody. Okay, that's one answer. Shout out to my nigga Trolling. Who? Balrog, Zangief, E Honda, and Saget. Nobody. No, really think, y'all. Who are we gonna fight? Without fighting Wilder or DAZN guy? Nada. He has no good options. Okay. Name 4 for Anthony Joshua on DAZN. Name 4 DAZN without DAZN working with PBC or working with ESPN. Okay, how's he gonna fight Miller and he's probably getting banned? I'm talking about reasonable fights. That's not reasonable when he hasn't even been sentenced or banned and you know it's coming. So Miller doesn't count because you don't even know how long he's gonna get banned. In the UFC, they gave TJ Dillashaw, and I think it was in New York, they gave him a 2-year ban for EPO only. Jarrell Miller had EPO and some more shit. Gerald Washington's a PBC fighter, and he got knocked out by Adam Kanowski. That doesn't count. Klitschko hasn't officially signed to DAZN. That doesn't count. Try again. He's appealing it. Block Dundada. Appeal that. All right, listen. Here, we're doing a new game. How about this? If you don't know what the fuck you're talking about, you will be blocked. So going forward, if you're just taking random guesses, you're getting blocked. I said this after. Count Drago says Oscar Rivas. I guess you're guessing for Tyson Fury. That's an option. Puliv's an option. Ruiz is with PBC. And Joseph Parker, we don't know where he's going. He could go to PBC. He could go to DAZN. He could go to ESPN. He's a free agent looking for other distribution in America. So let's try this again. If you don't know what the fuck you're talking about, if you don't know who's aligned with what promotional company, please don't guess. Because if you do and you say Andy Ruiz and he just went over to PBC and you don't know that, you're getting blocked. Because now this is just creating confusion and you don't know what you're talking about. So if you don't know what you're talking about, leave it to the people who do know what they're talking about so they can vote. So let's try this again. Name 4 ESPN fighters that are aligned right now with ESPN that they can put Tyson Fury in there and they're reasonable to make without using PBC or without using DAZN. Tyson Fury. This should clean up the comment section because this is what they always do. I've already thought about all this shit. And what they do is they don't know what they're talking about. So they'll be, oh, Selena, only for Selena. Like, stop. You just randomly guessing people. Thor. Now that we set the tone, if you just saying random names, you getting blocked. Because we're doing the exercise and you got to know what you're talking about. We're not here for just a bunch of ludicrous guesses and you don't know what you're talking about. You're just saying people, you don't even know what networks they're with. Rivas, Puliv, and Jennings. Okay, that's fair. Cool. None of those fights make him a star. Rivas knocked out Jennings, but he's not like a household name at the moment. Jennings, that's my guy, but he just got knocked out by Rivas, and he lost to Klitschko and Luis Ortiz. And then Puliv, him and Jin Sushi getting sued and all that. So I don't know when he's available and what the outcomes of shit like that. So those are 3 reasonable people that he can fight in-house, and none of them are like super appealing. So let's switch gears. Name 3 DAZN fighters that are aligned with DAZN. No, excuse me, it was 4. And see, you notice the guy said Puliv, Jennings, and Rivas. I said 4. These people are putting 3. So let's try it again. Let's see who's listening. Name 4 people, which was the question, not Rivas, Puliv, and Jennings, which is only 3. I can count. Smarten up. I can divide. Name 4 people AJ could fight that are aligned with DAZN without using PBC fighters, without using top-rank ESPN fighters at heavyweight. Reasonable fights, reasonable guys that have already announced that they're coming to heavyweight or they're at heavyweight and they're in cahoots with Eddie Hearn's, Matchroom, or DAZN. All right, now let's try it. See how much calmer when I force the crowd to only answer if they know. You see how it's not just these random guys. Oh yeah, Andy Ruiz. You know, you don't see that because they know what's coming. These dudes are gonna get blocked. You can't just be guessing. We're doing a real life exercise. Black Bruce Wayne, what's popping? Terry Marcus, Doug Smith, Mike the Murderer, Mason. I don't know. I guess that's a joke. Who else? Anthony Joshua on DAZN. Name 4 reasonable fights that he could fight beyond, because he's probably going to fight. Let's say he fights Michael Hunter, so don't include him. Now name 4 more people Joshua can fight that are aligned with DAZN and not the opposing networks. Nobody know anyone signed to DAZN as a heavyweight? We're doing Anthony Joshua now. Pause. Name 4 DAZN heavyweights that Joshua could fight. Y'all don't know boxing? Usyk, Dillian White. Good. That's 2. 2 more. Look how long it's taking. Chisora. Okay. I said, see, you guys now y'all not listening. He said Michael Hunter. I literally just said I think he might fight Michael Hunter next. So exclude him. He ain't gonna fight him twice. Dave Allen, King Luther, and Blade Brown. Who the fuck is Blade Brown from Class Act? I don't even know who Blade Brown is, bro. Look how long it's taking y'all. Artem. He said Artem Lobov. Hey, y'all gotta chill. All right, let me try it. Now. Y'all are crazy. So I said Artem Blade Brown. All right, listen. I'll help y'all out. If AJ, let's say he fights Michael Hunter, the realistic names that AJ could fight that I could think of: Dillian White rematch, who he's already fought and beaten, knocked out. Usyk at some point if he, gets past Takum. Murat Gassiev, who just moved up to heavyweight. Those are the ones that. Joe Joyce is with Al Heyman. Yeah, I guess if we had to say David Price, but again, now we're starting to reach and get to fights that nobody in America that I know would want to see. So the real reasonable candidates would be Dillian White, Usyk, Murat Gassiev. So basically 2 cruiserweights who already fought each other, and Usyk beat him. Tony Bellew's done. He already retired. David Haye already retired. David Price, I don't know. He just got bit in the stomach. So I don't know who even wants to see that. Dave Allen, he's fighting Lucas Brown. I don't see how you go from that to AJ 4 belts. So you see the pickings get slim. Now let's try Deontay Wilder. He's the man over there. This is what I'm saying. You guys got to think. Now I'll play this because I don't want to just wait. I don't want to wait until people randomly guess. Now I'll say who Al Heyman, that I know Al Heyman has, that he can. They just picked up Andy Ruiz, so that's a potential fight that he could fight. Andy Ruiz, I think, only has 1 loss to Joseph Parker, and that was a disputed loss, and he's a good fighter, right? That's an Al Heyman fighter. He could fight Luis King Kong Ortiz in a rematch. He could fight Adam Kanowski, especially in New York, where they have a big Polish community. He could fight Joe Joyce, if Joe Joyce keeps doing what he's doing. That's already 4. And depending on where F.A. Ajagba's at, that's an option later down the road, right? Tony Yoka is with Richard Schaefer, who works with PBC. I just named 5, 6. See? You see how I can see? I'm giving you guys the keys to success, the keys to victory. I think ahead. So And we don't know what Klitschko's doing, so I didn't really include him with anybody's list because I don't know. I don't know if he's even coming back. You get what I'm saying? So the point being is, if we're playing the waiting game and these promoters don't come to the table, Al Heyman, per usual, because he has the biggest stable, he can continue doing this, and he can outlast these other guys with reasonable fights. Listen, I'm not just saying that. Adam Kanowski and Wilder, that's not a bad fight. There's 2 undefeated fighters. Joe Joyce, if he keeps winning, that's an option. Luis Ortiz already gave Wilder a good fight, and people are talking about him fighting Joshua, so he's a reputable name, you know? So that's it. Tony Yoka, like, these are all fights that could come in. F.A. Jagba, obviously have to keep winning. Tyson Fury on ESPN, he probably has the second best options. Joshua has the worst. I'm talking about not working with other promoters if they try to play that game. Tyson Fury can at least, he's already fighting a fight nobody wants for his first fight. So his second fight, he could fight Oscar Rivas. He could fight Brian Jennings. He could fight, there's another, Daniel Dubois at some point. You get what I'm saying? I'm just going solely off if they don't work with other people. You know, same thing with Top Rank. Top Rank, let's say today or whatever, tomorrow, Terrence Crawford knocks out Khan. Who is Terrence Crawford going to fight? He's too good. He's too good to fight the guys that they have remaining over there on Top Rank. You know? And it's not right for him to go up to 54 after 3 fights if he don't want to go to 54. Plus, the 54 division, who does Top Rank have? Because, you know, the 54-pound division, Jaime Munguia is talking about moving up, and he's with DAZN. You know, in the other 54-pound, Jermell Charlo, Swift Jared Hurd, Julian J. Rock Williams, you know, Joey Spencers, Tony Harris, and them guys are all with PBC. So even if Crawford moved up, like who would he even move up to 54 with? And I don't see him fighting 3 fights at 47 and going back down. That's why you see Bob Arum has to try to get something done. Leonard Ellaby been talking about this too. Bob Arum's upset because he can't get top fights with his guys. So he can't pull the trigger and get these fights done. PBC, they got way more. They got I keep telling you, it's not. People say, oh, you're being biased. I'm not being biased. I'm being truthful. PBC, they can make Danny Garcia, Adrian Granado's winner versus somebody. They can make Sean Porter and Errol Spence, which is unification. They could put Pacquiao in there with Keith Thurman, right? Then after that, you can have winners face. You still got people like Devin Alexander, who's with Roy Jones now, you know. If Amir Khan wins, you know, maybe something like that. You have Berto, who's still a player. You still have Mikey Garcia. You know, he could come back and fight Broner or again, or, you know, whatever. You got some options there. So you see, the bigger your bench, the more you can do. And if people want to play the waiting game without working with each other, you can outlast them. That's the reality of it. You can outlast them. They can't outlast you. So it goes PBC, Top Rank, and then DAZN. That's how I see it. Because Top Rank has some good fights they can make. They got Vodstick. They got Artur Beterbiev. They got Sergey Kovalev. They have Anthony Yard with Frank Warren. They have... No, they don't have Bivol. They have, at light heavyweight, Gilberto Ramirez just moved up. So they can do some pretty interesting stuff. DAZN is not rich in any division except for middleweight, and 2 of the best middleweights are about to fight each other. And that's their richest division. Daryl John Carlos, you're in the hot seat. Wilder's getting old. He don't have time. He don't have time for what? What are you talking about? How is he getting old? He's like, what are you, 32? What are you talking about? He's too old for what? You don't know shit about boxing, bro. The last thing to leave is power. Everybody knows that. So what is he too old for? George Foreman was knocking fools out when he 40-something. Knocking out way younger people. Okay, he's 34. Big whoopee. Okay? How he's too old for what? What are you talking about? Joshua's not that far behind him. You talking about he's too old? He's too old for what? You think what's gonna happen? What are you talking about? He 33. Yeah, he too old, but Ortiz is 40. Pacquiao 40. Golovkin 37 and not fighting nobody. What are you talking about? Yeah, AJ's 29. He's not that far behind him. 3 years? Ooh. Hey, you got 10 seconds, my man. Daryl John Carlos. I told you these people with the 3 first names and shit, like serial killers, John Wilkes Booth and Mark David Chapman. All right, block him. I'm done with him. To play the waiting game. Get him out of here. You purposely putting one sentence at a time. I don't care what you're talking about now. You took too long. See, okay, this is what always happens. I'm bringing up points and I'm explaining them to you, and then these dudes just come and refute the point, but they don't really refute the points. He just said, "Oh, Wilder's old. He's too old to play the waiting game." What are you talking about? First of all, I'm not saying that this is what I condoned. Second of all, I'm not saying that Wilder and he won't go over to ESPN and fight Tyson Fury. I don't know. I don't know what the future holds. I'm not saying that. I am saying, see, this is what I'm saying. These dudes struggle with comprehension. What I am saying is this. If anybody can outlast the other person, it will be the person with the deepest bench, the most fighters. It's very easy to see these things. The guys who don't have the biggest stable, they don't have the luxury of waiting. And you're like, oh, wow, he got offended because he doesn't want to hear it. But it's the reality. It's the truth. Ego, they just against you to begin with. That's what I'm saying. But they never say what I'm saying that's wrong. The bottom line, the point that I made, which they act like they're disputing, but they don't dispute, Al Heyman got the biggest stable. He can play this game and last the longest, putting on good or reasonable fights. Yeah, you might not get Terrence Crawford versus Spence. You might not get Joshua versus Wilder. But I'm saying if people want to do this Cold War thing, obviously the person with the most units will be the one that is the last one standing. The most intriguing matchups. That's the reality of it. Man, you breaking this shit down. Salute, Ego. I appreciate you. These dudes act like they disagree, but they never tell you what they're disagreeing. Oh, Wilder can't wait. It's not about Wilder wait. It's not that I'm saying he should wait. It's not that I don't want to see Joshua versus Wilder. I'm telling you, PBC has more heavyweights that they can mix and match to if in fact DAZN doesn't come to the table. If in fact they can't agree with ESPN. If they don't end up working with them, they could stay afloat longer with intriguing matchups than is the case with DAZN or even ESPN. But you can't even say ESPN either, because ESPN, at the very least, they're a big company and they're not reliant only on the success of boxing. DAZN is mostly, at this point, they're reliant on MLB talk show, boxing, and Bellator. So they're going to have to get more content or something else. But at a $20 price point, they aren't going to, in my opinion, they can't just stay afloat without working with someone or without making the best matchups. That's just what it is. Like, here. All right, peep it. Breaking this shit down. Don DeMarco, here's an example. Here's an example for you guys. All right. Every promotional company has mishaps. Fighters fail drug tests, can't make weight, whatever, injured. That's happened to everybody. But it hurts DAZN more than the counterparts because they're reliant on the success, and they're the newest, and they're relying on the success. For example, Tank Davis, right, was supposed to fight Abner Matas in February. That was a good fight people were anticipating. Now, when Abner Matas revealed he had an eye injury and was unable to compete last minute, I'm sure it disappointed people. But the way PBC is set up and the way they have so many different other fights, that it wasn't like the whole year was ruined or the whole first half of their year was ruined. You still had other fights to look forward to. Lamont Peterson, Sergey Lipinets, Julian J. Rock Williams versus Jared Hurd. Charlo brothers are going to fight in June, both of them on separate cards. You have Gervonta, who's already coming back in the summer, and he's going to fight in Baltimore, so he's going to, tear the city up and have it lit. You had Spence versus Mikey Garcia. So it didn't really stop the train. You get what I'm saying? It was like, yeah, it was a setback. Tank was supposed to fight, but Drake and all them still showed up. It was still a successful event. Ryan Garcia was there. Tank looked like a superstar, knocked the dude out in one round. And then he moves on. And then, better luck next time. Now he's going to fight in Baltimore against whoever. And then that should be a good fight, to build up a good event, blah, blah, blah. You see? Versus DAZN, when Jarrell Miller messed up this card, failing the drug test, that was one of their major fights, and they don't have 3, 4, 5 other fights lined up like that we are hearing the chatter for, that we all know about, that's in negotiations or being put together behind the scenes or is announced to compensate. Shout out to San Jose. Much love. I love San Jose. Does that make sense to you? Like, for example, Canelo Jacobs, awesome fight with DAZN. Awesome. To me, their best fight that they've had. But if the AJ fight, which we know is not going as planned, and then if it turns out to be, they just have to put him in there with someone who's not a big fight, a good save, then that fight card goes down. It's not going to be, there's nothing on that card that was bigger than the main event. And your main event got compromised because of the actions of one man. But that's a reality. So if your bounce back game is not crucial and you don't put it doesn't sound good. Eddie Hearn already ruled out Dillian White. Adam Kanowski's team said there's not enough time to prepare. I don't think Luis Ortiz will be next. So more than likely, Joshua's just going to have to fight whoever. And the names that I could think of, it's not going to be Usyk because he already has his own fight with Carlos Takam. It's not going to be Murat Gassiev because he's just moving to heavyweight and he's going to be on the Usyk card. So, bottom line is it's probably not going to be a huge fight now, or it's not going to be anything that's bigger than AJ versus Jarrell Miller. I just seen Devin Haney and other people, celebrity boxers, Errol Spence, and they're like, man, I'm mad. I was looking forward to AJ versus Miller. I was interested in the matchup. Most of you guys were interested in the matchup, but now they're not getting it. So unless they come out with some crazy save, it's not looking too hopeful based on the people that are kind of being ruled out. Then they follow that up with their other star, Triple G, and he's in a fight that, for the first time, I'm seeing people on Triple G's own page going in on him. New media shit. Go to Triple G posted Steve Rolls fight, and his own fans is like, what the fuck is this? Who are you fighting? Blah, blah, blah. That's the problem. Versus Tank Davis, the whole first and second quarter of PBC, being successful wasn't reliant on abnormalities versus Tank. Again, this is what happens when you have a bigger stable. Yeah, it makes it, okay, put it this way. If you're struggling living paycheck to paycheck, and then you have to replace all 4 tires, and you only had $1,500 in your bank, and you had to replace 4 tires, and it was like $1,375, that's going to deplete you. Versus the more money you have, the less it's going to set you back. It's not going to be good that you had to replace, 4 Ferrari tires, but if you're already balling, then it's not going to set you back crucially. You get what I'm saying? That's the same thing. That's the same exact concept. The more money you have, the less an unexpected, like, oh shit, I forgot I have to pay my registration. That's $350. If you're doing well for yourself and you have savings and, you're not living paycheck to paycheck per se, then even if you forgot to pay your registration, it's going to be a setback, but it's not going to set you all the way back versus people that are like, living paycheck to paycheck or not really, they don't really have much money right now. You get what I'm saying? That's the same thing with having a deep bench and a deep stable. Tank Davis, Abnormatis, that sucks. It didn't happen. Didn't go as planned. And I'm sure there'll probably be other fights, injuries, drug tests failed, whatever. But they still have enough volume of other good fights where it doesn't affect them as much. DAZN doesn't. DAZN doesn't. These Tracy Morgan commercials ain't going to save you. You feel me? Like, okay, Chief, pay-per-view is dead. Like, that Tracy Morgan can't save you. Like, that don't do nothing. Ain't nobody be like, oh, yeah, Tracy Morgan, I'm going to pay for the next year. They're going to buy it based on the content that's up there. And like I said, DAZN made a big mistake. They allowed Triple G to get off scot-free and face nobody we wanted to see when they had somebody for him that I would pay for, that most of you would pay for. See, Michael Hunter, shout out to him if he gets it. He cool, but it's not a big fight. That he already lost to Usyk. The thing is, he good thing for him. He was already training because he was going to be on the Usyk card, and he's an in-house fight to make. So that's probably the easiest for them to make. But he literally came up from cruiserweight, and if you look at the records, his last fight he weighed like 213 pounds. 213 pounds. Joshua be in that motherfucker 259, 260. Ego, you think Zurdo Ramirez is on the right platform with ESPN? Yeah. Because he moved up to light heavyweight. ESPN got most of the top light heavyweights. Most of them. They got Better Biev. They got Anthony Yard with Frank Warren. They got Kovalev. So yeah, they got some good work for him. Do you think Teofimo is ready for Loma? Listen, I feel like Andre Ward, he said the same thing. His team is confident. They're saying they're ready. Listen, people, I'm here to tell you, we breaking it down new media style. What's the worst that can happen? The worst that can happen is Teofimo loses. But that would be like tough love. He asked for the fight. He said he was ready. So worst case scenario, he loses at a tender age of 21. And he still has time to bounce back. Sergio Martinez got knocked the fuck out by Antonio Margarito. Started boxing late, got knocked the fuck out. Right? Factually. Then later in life, knocked out Paul Williams the fuck out. And then Paul Williams, one of my favorite fighters. Knocked him out brutally. Then beat Kelly Pavlik. Beat him down. Did legendary things. Right? Cotto took early loss in his career to Margarito and blah, blah, blah. Pacquiao got knocked the fuck out in the Philippines. Lomachenko even took a second pro fight. He took a loss. So this is how I know it's fear. Fear, everybody. Everybody type the word fear. This is fear. Because people keep acting like they're concerned for Teofimo's like well-being, and this is just also wrong. Just admit it's fear. It's fear. You know that Teofimo is looking kind of nice with it and looking kind of crisp, and you're projecting like he's not ready, but you know you don't believe that because it's fear. Because these same people, this is how I know new media is onto something, and I know they're lying, and I know it's fear. Because when Lomachenko fights lesser guys than Teofimo, that we know Lomachenko's going to beat the fuck up, no one's ever talking about their safety. Teofimo has a better chance at doing well or winning than Anthony Corolla ever had. Teofimo can hold a better account of himself right now with minimal fights than Miguel Marriaga, who had just recently lost to Oscar Valdez, and before that lost to Nicholas Walters. So I know it's fear. It's fear. They're projecting and trying to make it like Fimo ain't ready and stuff like that. So you think Anthony Corolla is going to put up a better fight than Teofimo? Really? You think Miguel Marriaga, coming off a loss to Oscar Valdez and moving up from 126 to 130 to fight Lomachenko, is going to put up a better fight? Fear. You think Rocky Martinez, even though he was champion, he really should have lost to Orlando Salido on the Mayweather undercard, and then they robbed Salido, and he was the champion, and Loma moved up and knocked him out and did a backflip? So you weren't concerned about his safety. So when Lomachenko fought on the Pacquiao undercard in Macau, China, against a random guy that looked like a fake-ass Pacquiao, I think he fought the fake Pacquiao. He fought somebody that wasn't adequate. Nobody said nothing. Nobody cared. Nobody said nothing. Now all of a sudden we cared about. Teofimo, he's not ready. So you thought Anthony Corolla was ready? Ego, you gonna live stream tomorrow for the Garcia? I'm not gonna live stream the fight, but I'm gonna give y'all something. It's fear. Just say it. Say what it is. It's fear. Now everyone's all, see, because look it. When it's a fighter that they want to do well, nobody cares about the other fighter, or no one tries to prevent and cock block the fight from not happening. Point blank, period. If Triple G was fighting Willie Monroe, put it this way. Willie Monroe had less of a chance to beat Triple G. Grzegorz Proska had less of a chance to beat Triple G than Teofimo has to beat Lomachenko. Miguel Marriaga and Anthony Corolla had a lesser chance to beat Lomachenko. Pedraza and Jorge Linares had a lesser chance to beat Lomachenko or do good and have a good showing than all them guys, and nobody cared. But now everyone's, Teofimo, he's just not ready. But when Lomachenko was fighting Orlando Salido and he was the favorite, even though it was only his second fight, nobody said, he's not ready. They just allowed him to go in there, and he lost. Hold on, Yos. Hold on 1 second, y'all. It's been so hot in Cali. I'm like dying of thirst. Anyway, it's fear, people. It's fear, people. Same old media fucks. Who has a better chance to look good based on what you know? Ego, keep doing what you do, bro. You and DBN be dropping them jewels. See, it's that new media shit. Who has a better chance to have a good showing? Teofimo versus Loma or Steve Rolls versus Triple G? Like, what's a more intriguing fight that you would pay for? Huh? If someone said, hey, Triple G's fighting Steve Roll, it's going to be $50, or Lomachenko's about to fight Teofimo, $50, what would you pay? What would you watch? Bear Chout versus Tank? That's a good fight. Exactly. Teofimo. Teo versus Loma. Once again, it's fear, people. You fear that young, brash kid who's talking all this shit and gunning for Lomachenko might win, might actually do good. Because when it's not fear, and when you know that the guys that you guys like are going to win, nobody has the same level of fear for the other person, and the other person is far more outmatched than Teofimo is. Miguel Madriaga, coming off a loss to Oscar Valdez and Nicholas Walters and moving up in weight, is far more outmatched than a big lightweight in Teofimo, who got boxing ability and skills and was just up there sparring with the guy that arguably beat Sean Porter in Yordenis Ugas. And he was doing it when he was 20. And now you want to act like Teofimo, you're just so concerned, If they think you can win, then they're all for it. If they suspect that the other person could beat the fighter that they don't want to get beaten, then they play these monkey-ass games like Triple G versus Charlo. And then what they try to do, this is the common old media tactic. I told you, I've studied old media for years. Triple G versus Charlo, Triple G versus Andrade, both undoubtedly much better fights, much more proven guys, much more known to the American public where the fight's going to take place than Steve Rolls. Steve Rolls gets the assignment and nobody even knows who he is, especially in America, right? Yet when 2 months ago the WBC ordered, or it's probably longer than that, but when the WBC ordered Triple G to fight Charlo, I made videos about it. I'm like, yo, that's a good fight. Feedback. Kickback. Oh no, what has Charlo done? Who is Charlo beat? Charlo ain't beat nobody. Why should he get the fight? He doesn't deserve the fight. Oh, he's a bum. Oh, he's about to fight Willie Monroe. Oh, this and that. And then after he had a tough fight with Matt Korobov. Oh, he had a tough fight with Matt Korobov. Well, guess what? At least he went a fucking 12-rounder, unlike Steve Rolls. You guys sound stupid, Dumb and Dumber. They just need to do a reboot starring old media. Jim Carrey, Dumb and Dumber. These people did all this to bash Charlo from getting an opportunity. The motherfucker at least fights 12-rounders. Steve Rolls, listen to me, people. Go to BoxRec. He's almost Golovkin's age and has never fought a 12-rounder. He's only fought one 10-rounder in his whole 35-year-old career. Well, his career's not 35. I guess I said that wrong. He's aged 35, and he's been fighting 7-8 years, and he's never fought a 12-rounder, and this is who Triple G is fighting? Clarissa Shields, in her 11th fight, fought a 10-rounder. So in 11 fights, she's undisputed at age 24, and she fought a 10-rounder, which this dude just did for the first time, and he's 35. He did it for the first time. Steve Rolls' first 10-rounder was December 2008. So just before Christmas was his first 10-rounder. And then, a girl, exactly. And then there's a woman who's age 24, who is undisputed, who's a black queen, who's talking the talk and then backing it up, fought someone bigger, and she just fought a 10-rounder in her 11th fight. That's a problem, bro. Triple G, there's no excuse. They talking about there's a press conference. Why? Why are you doing a press conference for that? Just do the fight. Why even spend the resources for that particular fight? You should do a Skype session. I wish I would fly to LA or New York, wherever the press conference is, and purchase a round trip ticket to go cover that. You got to do better, G. That's not, no. He's never fought a 12-rounder at age 35, and he's like 2 years younger than Golovkin. He fights at 168 primarily, and you're fighting him at a catch weight of 164. At least Canelo had the balls, the cojones, to fight Rocky Fielding, who we knew he would beat, but he at least fought a bigger guy at 168. Like, you couldn't even fight him at 168 to make it a little bit better. You had to bring him to a catch weight. Come on, bro. This is terrible. And once again, this is what DAZN is up against. Jarrell Miller just messed it up for the whole main event, so I understand. But this keeps happening. It's like DAZN, it's like they built the company on an ancient Indian burial ground, some poltergeist shit. They got a curse or something. Your biggest fights, the cards are getting fucked up, the undercards are getting fucked up, or the main event's getting fucked up over drug testing. That's not good. I was so looking forward to Demetrius Boo Boo Andre versus Billy Joe Saunders. A rightful fight where if Andre would have beat Billy Joe Saunders, he deserves that WBO, because Billy Joe Saunders looked real slick against Lemieux, and he was undefeated, or is undefeated. Fight got canceled. Billy Joe failed a drug test. You know, it's not Andre's fault, but it happened. Jarrell Miller failed a drug test. See, it's just crazy. And Eddie Hearn just said last week, DAZN in Madison Square Garden picked Miller over Luis Ortiz. It's on tape. So this one is their fault, because they at least picked the wrong guy, because they picked the guy that would later fail a drug test, you know. But and then now I said your Triple G versus Rolls and Anthony Joshua versus most likely probably like Michael Hunter. That's your whole June. That's your month of June. But like I said, if Triple G was fighting Andrade, that would save the month of June, because that's a dope fight. But they didn't want Triple G. And see, I keep telling y'all, you can have all the money in the world. That don't mean you know this boxing game. That doesn't mean you're making the right decisions. All the money in the world, you got to know how to. It's like, let's say someone's a billionaire and then they're getting into stocks and they don't know what they're doing. So they keep investing in the Enrons of the world. Then you're going to lose money and you're going to have to like pull out. You know, if every decision you make, you're trying to buy stocks or some shit, and you're like, oh yeah, Enron, that sounds good. And then you end up, it start crashing and shit. And then you start taking the dip. They got to make the decisions that impact their business better. Really, they really do. Because they on some Enron shit, bro. It's crazy. Eddie Hearn threw them under the bus last week. He said DAZN and MSG said, who would you rather? You know what? Fuck it. What am I talking for? I'm going to show you. Because, you know, there's new people who didn't get to see. I'm going to just keep showing the clip over and over again.
When we had a choice to fight in America, there were two options for us. Jarrell Miller and Luis Ortiz. We went to Madison Square Garden, we went to DAZN, and we said, who would you rather? They say Jarrell Miller. Right? We want an American, great, from Brooklyn, big mouth, great. So that's why. I feel sorry for him. He was Wilder and Joshua. I feel sorry for him because he's fighting. When we had a choice to fight in America, there were two options for us. Jarrell Miller and Luis Ortiz. We went to Madison Square Garden, we went to DAZN, and we said, who would you rather? They say Jarrell Miller. Right? We want an American, great, from Brooklyn, big mouth, great. So that's why. I feel sorry for him.
So, right then and there, Eddie Hearn admitted that he said we went to the zone and we positioned AJ to come in America fight, American debut, and we said, hey, Big Baby Miller or Luis Ortiz. And he said they picked Big Baby Miller. All right, you picked Big Baby Miller. He failed the drug test. So now you made your bed. Now you got to lie in it. Now you have a less than desired card and main event. As opposed to, once again, I told you, everything goes through new media. Everything. If you don't listen to, new media represents the people. You don't listen to us, then this is what you have. How many times have y'all heard me say that Joshua should have fought Luis Ortiz? This is well before the 3 failed drug tests, before the HGH, before the EPO, before the GW 15, 16, G14 classified. This was before all of that. I told you before all of that Joshua should have chosen Luis Ortiz. I said that. So they didn't listen, and I represent the people, and it's not like I'm just going off of what I want. I talk to fans. You know, my shooters keep me in line. You know, my channel members, they tell me what they want. And then just the rest of Ego's army. You have your promoter, Eddie Hearn, who just said last week, we went to DAZN, we went to Madison Square Garden, said, who would you rather us match Joshua with for the American debut? And they picked the wrong guy. You know, they picked a guy that did a selfish act, and now their event's ruined. So, you know, luck of the draw. But that's what I'm saying. You got to make the right decisions the first time. Sometimes you don't get the second time and third time. Same thing with Triple G. You didn't listen. I don't hear one person that said they wanted to see Triple G versus Steve Rolls. I ain't heard nobody. Before Rolls came out, listen, I ain't lying. I woke up, got an alert from ESPN. It said Triple G in negotiation with Steve Rolls. I was like, huh? I thought I had sleep in my eye. I'm like, hold on, maybe it says Steve Jobs or his son or something's fighting. And I looked again, it says Steve Rolls. I was like, what the fuck? I don't even know who that is. So, if they keep matching like that, then that's what it's going to be. And the worst part about it is they have some people that how are you just going to risk with the purses you're getting? You're just going to offer them crazy amounts of money, but then when it comes to the matchmaking, you don't want to take no risks? All right, we'll see how that formula works. They could put so many fights together, like Triple G, Andrade. They got Tevin Farmer. They could put him in there with Cancio. He'll beat his ass maybe. He just beat Machado for a belt. You know, Ryan Garcia, Tevin Farmer. They got some good fights that Tevin Farmer could fight in-house. Ryan Garcia and Tevin Farmer. You know, they got some good shit that could happen. But they don't want to match it like that. So, you know, it is what it is. Man, it's not up to Luis Ortiz to save the day. And it's not up to old media to try to spin it and the fans to try to blame Luis Ortiz. Who cares? This is not Luis Ortiz's doing. He didn't do nothing here. Period. You know, Luis Ortiz, see, the thing is that you guys aren't understanding is you don't even know what's going on in Luis Ortiz. So basically here, let's just put it like this. Everybody is sitting back, working on them, working on their own future fights, spending time with family, you know, doing whatever they're doing. Nobody knew Jarrell Miller was going to fail 2 drug tests a couple weeks, 6 weeks before the fight, 5 weeks before the fight. Nobody. Just randomly sprung on all of us. Now you expect, this is the challenge. Now you expect everybody to just reroute what they were doing for this opportunity to fight Joshua and not give themselves the proper amount of time they normally would have because they weren't the initial selected opponent. And then they're supposed to just jump up. You know, when I say jump, you say how high. That's not a real life world scenario. Now, if an opportunity arises and you're ready and you think it's the best move for you, then it is what it is. Take it. But you can't blame somebody for not, like I said, I'm a pretty organized person. But if I don't think I'm covering a fight until Dominic Wade, I mean, whatever, what's the name? Dominic Brazil versus Deontay Wilder on May 18th. And then all of a sudden, I get an email and I got to travel for something. If I may or may not be ready, you know, my camera, my batteries might not be charged. I don't know. It just depends. And you can't get mad at me like, oh, yeah, what you mean? Like, for real, me personally, I don't even do shit last minute. Like, if someone, like, if a girl says something like, oh, let's go to the beach, and just call me the day of, I might not be able to do it. I probably won't be able to do it. Because I don't, you know, I got to plan my shit. You know, I'm not just going to, everything I'm doing, just throw it up in the air. Nah. Why do you think when people have weddings and big events, they say RSVP? Respond s'il vous plaît. See, y'all don't know shit. What's RSVP mean? Somebody tell me what RSVP stands for. So y'all don't know shit. Someone tell me what it stands for. What does RSVP stand for? I just told y'all. I just told y'all. Y'all still didn't. Oui. I just told you. My girl Jay drunk right now. She said player. She said, what's up, player? It means really special, victorious person. Like that. No, that's not what it said. She drunk right now. Please excuse my friend. She drunk. It's a French word. Respond s'il vous plaît. Oui. I said respond s'il vous plaît. It means please respond. Why do people do that for, you know, weddings and big events and stuff? Because there's stuff they have to coordinate. You know, how much food do we need to buy? We don't want to buy a surplus and have too much food. We don't want to have under the food. Shit like that. So they want to know, get a head count. Salute, Ego. You dope. Good night. You just like them crackhead jokes from earlier. I know your shit. You like me talking about them crackheads. No, but you have a good night. Shout out to you. But that's why when you have it, save the date and all that shit that women be doing. Save the date. I hate that shit. Save the date. Like, I ain't saving shit. I need the date. When's MK11 come out? Fuck this wedding, baby shower. Fuck. I hate having a girlfriend, bro. Girlfriends be putting you in some stupid ass shit. Save the date. It's my friend's baby shower. Save the date. Man, when's that MK11? When that Mortal Kombat 11 coming out? Fuck this. Fuck the baby. I hate baby showers. Like, baby showers are the worst thing I've ever been to, bro. Yeah, I hate having a girlfriend for dumbass reasons because women like that shit. Women are stupid, bro. Like my ex would take me, like, we're going to a baby shower and she buying like baby clothes and shit. Like, the motherfucker naked in the womb. He like, do you think he'll like this color? It's blue. Oh, how the fuck he like it? He like this. What the fuck? What you mean, will he like this color? He probably colorblind. I don't know everything about babies, but I feel like you don't really have vision. You buy placentas and shit. That motherfucker don't care. Is he gonna like this color? I hate these stupid babies, bro. Is he gonna like this blue? Should I get royal blue or aqua? Like, I don't give a fuck, man. Like, let's go. Where that Mortal Kombat that though? Motherfucking baby with a color preference. Cut your fucking umbilical cord. Hate these stupid ass babies. Hey, YouTube is tripping. I said one thing about babies and they cut me off. Wow. Wow, you can't talk about babies? Man, fuck them babies. What the fuck? YouTube be hating, bro. It's not even, I'm not even talking about a particular baby. They gonna cut my shit off? YouTube been bugging lately, man. They been catting, exactly. I can't say nothing about babies, though. Yeah, this be the last time you talk about them babies. Like, damn, I can't say baby. Like, you gonna send. They act like I was on some R. Kelly shit. What? You can't even say babies? I can't say the word babies? They think I'm on R. Kelly because I said fuck the baby. I didn't mean like literally. What the fuck? This shit crazy, man. I can't even talk. I can't even talk about a baby shower. Oh yeah, they try to act like I'm on some R. Kelly shit, like I'm just creeping that baby shower. I don't even want to go to a baby shower. Nah, I'm not drunk. What the fuck? Y'all sound stupid. I told you I'm about to remodel this bathroom. Anyway, I hate these damn baby showers. Be weak. And they don't even get good food at baby showers. Your rusty ass auntie cooked, and she suck. Like, can we get some Pizza Hut or something that we all gonna like? Your auntie, I made this in the slow cooker. Well, you need to put it in the wastebasket. This shit is trash. You got Pizza Hut number? Can I get some cheesy bread or something? I hate these babies, man. He said after all that crack talk too. That's what I'm saying. See, they're like the black channel. They can talk about crack all they want, but babies are off limit. That's what I'm saying. We was talking about all types of stuff. Like, I can't even joke, bro. I can't even make a couple jokey jokes. But anyway, the reason people say RSVP is so they can get a head count. Pause. They can get a head count of how many people are going to show up. So it's the same thing with the fighter. Man, I need that MK11. That shit looks so tight. They want to get a head count of how many people are going to show up, what to anticipate. So you can't get mad for elite level fighters who have no time to RSVP for not taking a deal that you personally think they should be taking. Like, who is you? Like, to determine their fate. And you got to understand. See, listen. You got to understand one thing about boxing. It's unforgiving. It's unforgiving as hell. And the thing is this. Same like Rigondeaux. Rigondeaux was ducked for so long. Right? Ducked for so long to the point of desperation, and then he jumped up and fought against Lomachenko, because that was the first big name, even though he was too weight. Lomachenko didn't want to fight him when he was at 126, which would have been one division. It didn't happen until, way later. Like, super later. But anyway, after he lost, you see how people treated him. So these fighters got to be smart, because fans aren't going to look. They like the people who tune in. Not everyone knows what's going on. So if you look bad or lose a fight or lose a decision, you might not get other opportunities. Your value might be compromised off of that one performance. So fighters need to put themselves in a position to make sure they're comfortable with all terms, comfortable with the paycheck, comfortable with, they have proper time to train. Don't just sell out because you're getting some money and, people are trying to scare you. That's what people try to do. They try to scare. Listen to what they're saying. Listen to what old media is saying. Luis Ortiz needs to jump on this because Joshua may never fight him again. Then that's a problem. How is Joshua not going to fight someone who's a top-rated guy? Jarrell Miller's probably going to get banned. He has no one else to really fight outside of Dillian White that really makes sense, unless he's just fighting a bunch of mandatories that no one cares about, just random ranked guys. So, that's a bigger problem. He got to hurry up and do himself a disservice and just take anything, any amount of money, any amount to train, because Joshua may overlook him again in the future. So you're basically condoning Joshua ducking Luis Ortiz, because before the fight, when me, J-Dog, was telling y'all stupid asses about the fight and saying, hey, yo, look, Joshua should fight Luis Ortiz. It's a really good fight. Luis Ortiz is the boogeyman. He only lost to one guy, and it was a hard-fought fight, and he showed us what he was talking about. You guys were against us, all of y'all. Y'all were against what we were saying, this new media movement. Luis Ortiz, he doesn't deserve it. I mean, he already lost to Deontay Wilder. Why should AJ humor him with the fight? Oh, he's going to want too much money. All these excuses, and now you want him to bend over backwards to just do whatever Joshua says in a time of need. That is not how this works. It reminds me of the same thing, Errol Spence. Errol Spence said the same. You know how Errol Spence keeps saying tables turn? Because when you do what you're supposed to be doing in boxing and you do right by the fans and the fans see it, it tends to work out for you. Errol Spence was calling out all these guys, and then look at it. Now, out of all the welterweights, you got Danny Garcia. I'm talking about PBC welterweights, because those are the immediate guys who will fight. So look at it. Errol Spence said, yeah, I'll fight Danny Garcia. I'll fight Keith Thurman. I'll fight man down. He was with it, with the smoke. And when he was oh my gosh. I don't know why it keeps turning off, man. This is insane. YouTube is really real life tripping. This is crazy. I can't even stream without it cutting out. And I got fast ass internet, man. I know this ain't me. Jesse Wyatt. Shout out, $10 super chat. Appreciate you. Eagle, I got a little girl due in July, and her mom scheduled 3 baby showers. I told her I'm only going to one. Hey, you thugging. He said I'm only going to one. That's the one with her mom. She mad, and I give no shit, especially the one with her, especially the one her AKAs having for her. My dog. Yeah. Everybody give it up for Jesse Wyatt. He's expecting in July. Congrats. I need some baby emojis, some claps, some praying hands. We're going to welcome another healthy baby into this world. The Boxingego. We got a new Eagles Army member, having a baby. So give some props for that. Life is great and special. But the thing with Luis Ortiz, like I said, now people want him to bend over backwards and do whatever. The point being is this. No one can answer my simple question. The simple question. J-Dog, why won't they answer my question? How come Luis Ortiz was not picked from the get-go? This June 1st fight, instead of it being in lieu of Jarrell Miller failing 3,000 tests from VADA, now you're offering him something. Why wasn't he the original selected opponent that had a press conference? All that time where Jarrell Miller was pushing AJ, and then they went to London. They spent all this money on that. Why wasn't he the original challenger for the title? Miller's not a mandatory. So why didn't they give it to Luis Ortiz? Okay, Dillian White wanted too much money. Cool. Why didn't you give it to Luis Ortiz? You did not want to fight Luis Ortiz. That's why. because it was too big of a risk. Give me one good reason why Anthony Joshua didn't select. Okay, we get it. Deontay Wilder, you're going to say whatever BS about why he didn't want to fight. Okay, Tyson Fury, whatever BS he didn't want to fight. Okay, Dillian White he wanted too much money. How, since Eddie Hearn says it was between Luis Ortiz and Jarrell Miller, what had Miller done over Luis Ortiz? Career-wise, anything-wise. How is he more relevant, or more relevant star, anything? Why was Jarrell Miller selected over Luis Ortiz? Give me one good reason. And if you give me one good reason, there's some bullshit, you in the hot seat. Tell me one good reason why the original opponent was not Luis Ortiz from the get-go. J-Dog says, they don't have any logical answers, Ego. These fans didn't push for AJ versus Ortiz initially anyway. Exactly. They made excuses claiming Ortiz was 63 years old. Exactly. Give some claps to my man J-Dog. Clearly, he's been around the block a few times, and he gets it. We've been telling y'all the same thing. And the worst part about it is you got these new booty rookies, these poo-butt rookies, who are now trying to actually come out and act like J-Dog, Ego, and all of Ego's army are the ones that don't want to see Luis Ortiz get his props, are the ones that don't want to see Luis Ortiz versus AJ. They never wanted to see this. This is why they weren't on the front lines with us pushing for the fight to happen. This is why old media wasn't making videos like I was making, giving updates from the Luis Ortiz side. I was getting videos because I think it's an interesting fight and I think it's a good fight. And I wanted Luis Ortiz's opinions to be heard. And I did that on my popular channel. There's a reason old media wasn't making no videos when he was saying all the trash talking he was doing to Joshua. I don't care if it's Joshua trash talking about Luis Ortiz or Luis. I made videos about both. So it's not one-sided. Luis Ortiz finally got called out by AJ. I made a video about that. They were nowhere to be found. Nowhere. And I was everywhere because I'm showing you both sides of the spectrum, and it's a good fight. Old media wasn't, and now they trying to act like they've been the rooting and rallying for Luis Ortiz to get his just due respect, and they were the one disrespecting him. I'm telling you, y'all gotta. I would slowly but surely. Everybody likes winners. I would slowly but surely start disconnecting from old media because we on a mission and they going down. I promise you that. They're going to look so crazy, so you might as well just join the winning side right the fuck now because they're looking crazy, and it's only going to get worse. Once again, I'm going to keep asking this. Why was Jarrell Miller selected over Luis Ortiz? Name one good reason why DAZN, Madison Square Garden, Anthony Joshua, Eddie Hearn selected Jarrell Miller to begin with over Luis Ortiz. Over Luis Ortiz. Yeah, make sure y'all smash the like button.
It's all fun. And I think like I'm trying to come out on my shell a bit. Normally I'm like, nah. With the fight.
Like who would be ideally if it's not
Listen.
With the fights.
Right.
Just as I said, secure the fight with one of the big fighters. And if not, secure someone else that's number 3, 4, or 5.
Like who would be ideally if it's not Fury, it's not Wilder. Who's your next ideal opponent? Immediate next.
Ortiz, Miller, or White.
Wow.
Ortiz. The first word out of his mouth, Ortiz. So how come Joshua put it in that order, but then Eddie Hearn didn't deliver? Listen.
Like who would be ideally if it's not Fury, it's not Wilder. Who's your next ideal opponent? Immediate next.
Ortiz, Miller, or White.
Wow.
My top 4 selection.
I don't think anyone's ever heard you mention Ortiz's name before. Hopefully.
Yeah, you know what, you're right, because you know what it is for me, I always felt like these guys, they want to fight, but I've always felt like I brought a lot more to the table. So, you know, let's say they want a lot in terms of what their reward is to fight me. It's like well above their station. So I never even mention these guys' names because I already know what they're expecting when they fight me, and I know it's something that I'm not willing to give. So
right. So they looking at you like, you know, the jackpot.
He said, I don't even mention. They said, hey, I don't think anyone ever heard you mention Luis Ortiz's name. And he said, yeah, I don't. You know why? Because he says, I don't mention their name because they're going to ask more than their market value or more than their worth. So I don't even mention their name. That doesn't even make sense. Unless you negotiate with people, how do you know what they're asking for? How? How you know what they need and want to get the fight done if you don't even bother to negotiate with them? And they even called him out. They said, hey, no one's ever heard you mention Luis Ortiz's name. Oh, yeah, I don't. Because these guys, they want more than what they want. So let's get this right. Jarrell Miller, they said he was getting $6 to $8 million off rip. Plus, you know, it could have been probably more than that. Let's say $6 million plus some perks from the UK Sky Sports pay-per-view if it did really good, whatever. So he gonna leave out there $6 to $10 million, somewhere in that. Did you offer that to Luis Ortiz with a full camp? So you offered $8 to $10 million to Luis Ortiz, right? And he just said, hey, no. You know, he's like, no, I'm not fighting for that. Come on, bro. Does anyone believe that? His fights on PBC, he hasn't got that much. See, Deontay Wilder's in a different position because he's American. He talks the talk. He looks the part, blah, 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 and he has a belt. So I can understand him turning down certain offers, $100 million, because he could keep growing. They're putting him on the Final Four and shit. But good money for these other guys like Luis Ortiz, who's 40 and trying to, you know, get research for his daughter. You know, he might take the $8 to $10 million. You know, under a full and have a full camp. The first name out of Joshua's mouth was Ortiz. He didn't get it. So everyone keeps saying Hearn's a great promoter. Then why he not delivering? Kell Brook flying to New York to watch another motherfucker's card. Kell Brook. So basically, I got on my plane. This man, he flew to New York to watch Crawford Khan and hope to get the winner. How come Kell Brook didn't get Khan? Terrence Crawford wasn't even a welterweight. He wasn't in the same division when the Khan Kell Brook beef started. And Crawford got top rank, pulled the trigger, and got Crawford the name Amir Khan before Kell Brook. That's sad. That's sad. AJ keeps saying, I want Wilder. Still ain't fought him. Oh, I want Tyson Fury. Still ain't fought him. Oh, they said, hey, if you don't get Wilder or Fury, who are the immediate next names that you want to fight? Oh, first Ortiz, then Miller, then White. You didn't fight none of them. You know what I'm saying? You fight Michael Hunter. What are we talking about? You guys got to start, Eddie Hearn getting promoted of the year. We got to start seeing what fights he's facilitating. Because how is it Joshua keeps saying he wants all these fights, but none of them are happening? There's a disconnect there somewhere, somehow. You know, oh, I want Ortiz. Okay, fight Ortiz then. Give him a regular camp and fight him. Not this, he got 5.5 weeks, close to 6 and all that. No, give him the same shit, the perks and all that shit you gave to Jarrell Miller, do the same drug test you gave to Miller, all that. Just put that and then put Luis Ortiz, push the date back to July, and then let's see a good fight. But they don't want to give him that option. So it was before Miller was even announced for the opponent. So once again, you see, he called out Ortiz, didn't happen. Eddie Hearn later said, oh, we presented Ortiz and Miller, and they said they didn't want him. We've heard this before. Yeah, YouTube is wild. And it's not even anything too crazy going on. They're clearly working on something or doing something, because I don't know. It just keeps dipping, and I'm looking at it. Keeps going from green to red. Yeah, trust me, it's YouTube. It's not my internet, because I watch all these fights and stream them crystal clear quality on ESPN Plus and shit. Everything. Netflix, no problem. You know, live stream on Facebook on my phone, all types of shit. No problem. Skype, no problem. Get on YouTube, is always something. He said when all else fails, blame the black guy. Exactly. The black channel. How is Heyman responsible for a matchroom card? Yeah, he... Hold on. I'm a pause it and see if that fixes it. It's gonna cut out. You guys just wait for a second. It's gonna cut out. I don't know what's... YouTube is really tripping out here. Anyway, Joshua keeps calling out people, and then it's not happening. Why is it not happening? He said the first name out of his mouth was Ortiz. Once again, same question I'm going to keep asking. If you guys wanted Ortiz so bad, it's messed up right now? If it's messed up right now, put your twos up. If it sounds good, if it's working, put 5. Yeah, I don't know. Anyway, he keeps saying he wants the fights, but why is it not being delivered? Kell Brook didn't get Amir Khan. Terrence Crawford just moved up to division. In 2 fights, he got Amir Khan. Meanwhile, Kell Brook been calling out Amir Khan, and Khan joined the rematch room stable for a couple fights now. This is his 3rd fight with rematch room. Still ain't got it done. Everyone was like, yo, Khan's on rematch room now. This is great news. They still ain't had the fight. They still ain't fought each other. Eddie got to deliver them fights. You know, his fighters saying they want it and stuff. Dillian White complaining because he thought he was going to get a title shot. So, you know, you guys keep saying Eddie Hearn's promoter of the year. What fights is he delivering for the people? Dillian White, they tried to get him the Deontay Wilder fight. That never happened. Wilder told him, kick rocks. I got my own plan. Who is Dillian White to me? You know, AJ keeps saying he wants to fight Wilder and Tyson Fury and Dillian White and Luis Ortiz. None of them have happened except for Dillian White, but not since he's been a champion. So, you know, something's not adding up here. Clearly, they never can answer the simple question: why was Luis Ortiz not the first person, you know, for Madison Square Garden? It's because they didn't want to make the fight. It's very easy to see. They being Barry, Eddie Hearn, AJ, whoever the fuck you want to blame, but someone over there because if you were so down, you know, they said, anyone you say, I'll say yes to. Yeah, that's because Jarrell Miller messed up the event, failing a drug test, and Eddie Hearn was under duress. DAZN, you know, they probably like, what the hell? You got to fix this, Ed. So, yeah, he was like, yeah, anyone you say, Luis Ortiz, great. Of course you're going to say great now because you in a struggle. You know, your main event has been compromised. Ain't no venue. The venues is probably mad. The venue's probably mad. The zone's probably mad. So of course you're down to fight whoever now. But I'm talking about under normal terms where both fighters can comfortably, you know, arrive at the fight week and be confident with the work they put in. You didn't make the fight, and this could have all been Luis Ortiz, and it should have been Luis Ortiz. See, new media been telling y'all this from day one. That's why they're having such a hard time digesting it. Because, once again, I was right. We were right. Ego's Army was right. New media was right. Because we've been telling you guys this. And y'all was making Ortiz is an old guy, and who's he beat, and he's overrated, and this and that. Making up all these excuses. Now it backfired. Just like everything else you do. We control the narrative. Everything that Eddie Hearn has done with Joshua has recently backfired. They try to make it like Wilder wasn't shit and no one knows him. Now he's bigger than ever. Bigger than he's ever been in his career right now. More people. It's like every day I wake up, not every day, but every so often I wake up and see a good reception for Wilder. Read an article, 13.77 million people tuned into the finals, you know, that had Wilder talking in between. Block Maximilian. Block him. Listen, this channel's not for you. He said only because he fought Fury. Fuck what you talking about. See, once again, old media, they say a bunch of stuff that they can't confirm. Wilder, before he even fought Fury, his profile had been going up and up. Fury had nothing to do with him knocking out Bermane Stiverne and becoming a viral meme. Fury had nothing to do with Wilder saying, to this day, and becoming a viral meme. See, this is what they do to black fighters. You guys see it. Anytime a black fighter hits a milestone or this major accomplishment, they attribute it to somebody else that's not black. Every time. So Tyson Fury made Wilder possess knockout power that knocked out Stiverne and had people doing all these memes of Stiverne. So Tyson Fury is the reason that Wilder walked out with 50 Cent and Lil Kim. So Tyson Fury is the reason Wilder went viral with the to this day. That had nothing to do with Wilder. It's Tyson Fury did that. Tyson Fury, he's the one that set up a Showtime fighter to be on CBS during March Madness. Tyson Fury did that. This is what they always do. You know, I'm at Errol Spence versus Mikey Garcia. Mikey had some good crowd there, but so did Errol Spence. I seen a lot of man down shirts. The fight does 50,000. They say, that's because Mikey. This is what they always do to black fighters. And I'm going to keep pointing out so you guys see it. This is what they always do. They can't get credit. They won't give them credit even for a So if they fail, they'll broadcast that. If they'll broadcast your failures, no problem. Like if it's low ticket sales or something, yeah, you did that. They'll blame it. Like, let's say Tyson Fury and Wilder sold 3,000 tickets. Then it's Wilder's fault. They're not going to blame Tyson Fury for that. They're going to say, look at Wilder. He's not even a star. It's America. And he did. But then when it was a packed house, they said it's because of Fury. When Errol Spence is fighting in Dallas, where he's from, it's because of Mikey Garcia. It has nothing to do with Spence. It has nothing to do with the talent of Spence, who happened to be the favorite. It was all Mikey fans. This is what they tell you. You know? I said, man, Wilder's becoming more of a household name. That's because he fought Fury. Okay, so it has nothing to do with him knocking people the fuck out. You know, it has nothing to do with him resonating with hip-hop culture. you know, and then they're using his name in battle rap. See, the problem is, I'm just going to tell you how it is. New media style. The problem is the people you guys call your saviors and you guys lie and try to promote with old media and try to make it like they're larger than life. Guess what? They don't resonate with the people oftentimes, and they're not larger than life, or they're not as big as you try to make them. Like Gennady Golovkin, we're going to see his true star power when he fights Steve Rolls, because that's not really a desired fight. So I wish and hope this was on pay-per-view, just so we would have some numbers that could be pulled up to see what Steve Rolls versus Golovkin could do. Because you know DAZN will not release the numbers for Gennady Golovkin versus Steve Rolls. You know this. J-Dog killing y'all. Block Lance Bangs. I don't care what he's talking about. Block him. I'm just going to start calling people out. Mikey never sold over 12,000 tickets, but now he responsible for 50,000 tickets in Dallas. Hell nah. See? That's what I'm saying. This is what they do to black fighters. If they did a job well done, then it has to be someone else's doing. Someone else helped them, or, you know, it's somebody else's doing. You know? Like, let's say Dr. Dre signs Eminem. Proper investment. Oh, Eminem's the one. He's the one that wrote the raps. Yeah, but he wouldn't have been shit without Dr. Dre. You know? The fight was in Dallas, close to where Errol Spence is from. And people that didn't even go to the fight telling me that what I seen, oh, it was all Mikey crowd. Yeah, so you think Mikey, it was just 50,000 people only for Mikey in Dallas. Sound crazy. You sound crazy. But this is what they do. You know, they don't want to get no credit. They don't want to, especially if you black, they're not trying to give you no credit. Wilder's success is, listen, Wilder's success is just because he fought Tyson Fury. Then why is Tyson Fury's fight not as big as Wilder versus Brazil? You know, those aren't even, neither one of them are like the highest level of follow-up fights that people were expecting for Wilder Fury. But how come Wilder's fight is bigger than Tyson Fury's fight with Tom Schwartz? How come? I've heard more people talking positively about Deontay Wilder and the Mortal Kombat cheat code in the press conference. I don't even know if they have they even done a press conference for Tom Schwartz. Have they done a press conference for Tyson Fury, Tom Schwartz? I don't even know. That's sad. I don't even know if they've done one. I don't know if they're doing one, if they've done one. I ain't seen nothing. I don't remember no emails. But again, they want to try to make it like Wilder's only popular because Tyson Fury. Listen, get the fuck out of here. This is that old media shit. If anything, Wilder resurrected Tyson Fury. Tyson Fury was on a drug binge. He disappeared for 3 years and he gained weight. Wilder gave him, he selected, just like a pimp, he chose Tyson Fury. He was so desperate to fight AJ. When it didn't fall through, he took an equally difficult fight, maybe even more difficult stylistically, because Tyson Fury's big and he can box. And he resurrected Tyson Fury. So it's actually the other way around. Tyson Fury was fighting Francisco Pinata, and he was treating, and he didn't even look spectacular. He just got the job done. And fighting Safari, but we're supposed to give Tyson Fury the credit and act like Tyson Fury resurrected Wilder. Wilder's the fucking champ. Y'all crazy. Y'all got me fucked up. Y'all got me all the way fucked up. Y'all sound insane in the membrane. Trying to act like Tyson Fury brought Wilder back. You know, like Quentin Tarantino brought John Travolta back. His career wasn't really where it had been in the past, you know, when he was doing Saturday Night Live and all that. That's bringing someone back. Tyson Fury didn't do that. He didn't do like what Quentin Tarantino did with John Travolta, cast him in a big movie. Tyson Fury got brought back. He got chose on. Pimp shit. You dig? Tyson got chose on. He would look at what he went back to after, you know, that's how he repaid Wilder for bringing him back, by ducking out of the rematch. Tyson put Wilder on the map. Block Coyote. Yeah, you're gonna be howling like a coyote. The old media like, ow, 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 I got blocked. Ow. Yeah, Coyote, we got something for you. Yeah, all right. Keep talking. Your time is almost here. Hey, we like Candyman. Bow. Oh, shit. Candy Linder got it. What? Got it. We out here. Ego's Army. The incomparable. Wilder put Fury on his back, most definitely. Oh, see, this is how I know we winning. This is how I know we winning. Because why do they spend more time? Listen, how are you a member of old media and you're spending more time on new media's channel? Explain that. Because they have nowhere to go. They like boxing, but they don't know shit about boxing. So they have nowhere to go to really, they don't have like a safe haven. They don't have somebody in old media really doing it. There's no one really doing it. All their saviors have been washed up, washed at, left at sea. They don't have no one. That's why they come fucking with us. They have nowhere to go. They're outcasted. You remember Demolition Man, Dennis Leary, and the people living in the sewers? Oh, there's a rat burger. That's them. That's old media. They living in the sewers and shit. They have nowhere to go. We are destroying old media before your eyes. They're getting baptized. That's why I never care about dislikes. Look how many times they keep coming back. They probably hitting dislike on all the pages that they got. So it's never an accurate count. It's motherfuckers who's building 19 accounts, and that's why we don't worry about that. As long as this paycheck looking right, okay. As long as that money looking long, as long as we level up. Old media is a walking dead. Hey, we turned them into zombies. Shout out to L Flowers. Yeah, we need to send them some flowers because they looking a little wilted. They need a little bit of sunlight, Every 5 dislikes is just one man fan clicking the thumbs down on 5 different accounts. Fact. That's what I'm saying. He blocked me again. I'm still blocked. Yeah, that's why I don't care about stuff like that. It's cool. I mean, y'all can hit the like button for the real shit, for the real fans. But these dudes just be coming back. I don't care. Like I said, as long as that money long, then we good. Because we can keep doing this, and I ain't got to ever work again. I'll never go back to work. This is my job. This is what I'm going to do. Terrorize the game. And y'all could do it too, Find a hobby, find something you want to do. Start your own business. Oh my God. They have nowhere to go. This is funny. They're like stray dogs and shit. Eating out of dumpsters. They have nowhere to go to talk this boxing shit. And we're not even letting them in. We have like a dress code. This is a secret society. You got to have a Costco membership to get in here. They always come, oh yeah, Tyson Fury, he put Wilder on the map. Okay, if he put Wilder on the map, then how come he don't have a belt? He put Wilder on the map. How come more people are disgusted with his upcoming fight than Wilder? Why are more people speaking down on his next fight? Nobody believes you. Nobody believes you. You need more people. Listen, YouTube is pissing me off. I've been on bumping my gums for a minute. I did a marathon stream, but it keeps going in and out, in and out. It's killing me. So I'm going to get off right now, end it right here. This was a very good, productive stream. Yeah, just stop. Old media is looking horrible. Talking about Luis Ortiz did this, and is he ducking? He ducked him. Come on, bro. He ducked him. Okay, listen. To anybody, just ask yourself this question. Luis Ortiz ducked Joshua, but Joshua's the A side, and Joshua could have selected him over Miller to begin with and called him out first. So why didn't he select him? Even Steven, press conferences in the US and the UK, the whole shebang. Why didn't he choose him? No, I gotta get off because I'm remodeling this bathroom and I don't want to be hella tired I got a new exhaust fan and hella shit. So if you believe that Luis Ortiz is ducking, then why didn't Joshua pick him from the get-go? And we wouldn't even be worried about 3 failed PED tests, which is what new media recommended. Exactly, no answer. Thank you guys for tuning in. Shout out to my channel members and the shooters for holding me down. They want no smoke, as always.